Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new season of Inside the PFL, Season 15, this time for Steel. I am your Inside the PFL host, Drac, joined by the co-host, Mike.
Oh man, we're here again for another stream broadcast.
And we have a special guest, Jim.
I'm a special guest. Aw, I'm here.
Well, you can get demoted to just regular guest if you really want.
He's just a regular guest. He's on a decent amount. He's not special anymore.
Miscellaneous acquaintance, I think, is what we'll go with.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Anyway,
he's just a guy that we know.
We are here with the team breakdown. We concluded the draft Sunday afternoon with M1 with his last minute pick. I forget actually what he picked, but the draft was
That was
over.
like the fastest draft I think I've ever seen.
It was incredibly quick. You guys were on the ball.
Mike was on the ball, definitely.
If it wasn't, and I love M1, so like I understand, I've worked till 8 a.m. before. I've done that shit. But if it wasn't till at 4 M1 getting double frozen, I would have finished that draft on Saturday.
Yeah, probably.
I agree with that.
Because I had like a roadmap of the stuff I wanted. It's like, oh, if this gets sniped, then I can do this, that, and the other thing, and then blah blah blah. And fortunately, I didn't get sniped that bad.
You guys are all good about it too. Nobody yelled at me. I just had a running dock going, and I stayed like 6 picks ahead. Nobody got mad. Good job, team. It was a team effort getting this draft done.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of oh no, I can't believe you sniped me, like in the Discord either. You know, it was.
That's because I was just telling everybody that they sniped me.
It was a relatively civil draft process from what I saw.
Well, there was a bit of drama with LCD and James,
so I feel fine.
Yes, you were. First of all, you lost your last pick to Manus, I think.
The Kekleon.
Oh, that was me.
We'll get there.
So then, that's a great segue into the actual drafts that we have. So first up, the first overall pick, the former, well, I guess current reigning champion, Tristan, with the Hitmon Chads.
I mean, technically both statements were true. He is both the former and current reigning champion.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at that icon.
Dude, I love that icon.
Rob, I've got some insight on a bunch of these from Rob. This is one of his favorites that he did recently.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So sand, first of all. Sand.
Where?
So, first of all, big old team card, Draco's ult. When he's going first, that's a problem, because nobody wants those bolt beaks.
Oh, and he won't have hustle, so he's not going to miss.
He could bring hustle. He's probably not going to.
Not if he has sand rush.
Yeah, not if he has sand rush. I was just going to say that he probably could bring hustle occasionally if you made him the Z captain, because that combination is just broke.
I also want to just throw out that Tristan at multiple times either attempted to draft only mons that move down or mons that we had planned on moving down, so I think our meeting was bugged. And I'm afraid to move anything down now because of Tristan.
Tristan is a value shopper, and it always shows in his team. He always constructs a very well-crafted team, except for I notice one particular thing that stands out to me. Is that there's not a water type.
Oh, yeah.
There is not.
And I think that's really interesting. Like, granted, I realize he has a sand team. I realize he has a couple Pokemon to take advantage of it, notably, Lycanroc, Mega Scizor, Dracozolt, but no water type. Definitely interesting.
I don't think that's the Lycanroc that gets Sand Rush, though. I think he only gets Tough Claws. This is the Lycanroc Midnight.
You might be right about that. I feel like
the regular old Lycanroc gets either Sand Rush or something else. It might be something random like Inner Focus.
Who the hell has regular old Lycanroc?
Somebody else does.
That thing? Definitely not.
All the Lycanrocs got picked up,
Let's see what his
actually.
division is. Did he draft it for his division?
It only gets Tough Claws. You're correct.
Tough Claws Accelerock is a problem. So I would not be surprised if he just picked it up because it's a fantastic pick.
Do you want to bet he picked it up specifically because Thomas has Mega Pinsir? Because they got it in the same round.
Oh,
a
right.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. You cracked the code.
that knee-jerk reaction. Oh, I need a Lycanroc.
Yeah, it's like what you did, Jim. I guess we'll get to your team, but you saw Dracovish was in your division and you picked up the Dracovish counter.
That's true.
And he also picked up Lycanroc because he had Zardly. Let's talk about that later too, though.
Oh, he's in LCD's division.
Well, we'll get to that debacle.
We are way ahead of ourselves.
Giardicuno.
But for now.
Hold up. Giardicuno moved to 60. The hell were you thinking?
So
did you look at its
you remember that
stats?
conversation where we were all like, man, Giardicuno is very whelming. Are you ready to see him like sweep with Giardicuno?
Yeah. Well, I was against this.
Okay, I'm glad that we have two sane people in the call.
Listen, I'm telling you, my vote downs were chaos fuel.
I like the chaos though. I do. I am a fan. If it ends up being a problem, it'll be a problem in a good way because Articuno sweeping a team is way cooler than Alamamola stalling a team for 150 turns. So
I can agree with that.
That's true, but when Giardicuno, switches into a defog or an intimidate, you're like, oh, I can't believe I got tricked. It's like if
at quick glance,
Alola,
there is no intim.
Well,
sure.
on like an opposing team.
Yeah.
Like if he predicts a double, or if somebody
That's what
goes
I'm saying.
defog in front of him, or
I'm
whatever.
peeping his division as we're talking about this. At a quick glance.
I see.
I mean, obviously, there's going to be defog fucking everywhere. You can't really get around that. But at least, oddly enough, like for him to have that mon, I do not see an intimidate. So is he just value shopping, and he's just like, what are these assholes doing?
Yeah, I think so.
It's interesting to me that he also drafted Hoopa as like two psychic types.
That moved down. Both of them moved down.
Hoopa moved down too.
Yeah, they were both 60.
No, it didn't. We didn't move Hoopa down this season.
I hope we didn't.
I think Hoopa's been
let's take a
100
look.
forever because of just its 4x.
I think it's pretty good of a Pokemon there.
Give me a minute.
It hits hard.
I'm looking at the doc. I'm calling you out.
I'm just gonna
Hoopa.
I also
our
don't think
voting
it moved
doc.
down.
I'm gonna look at our moving doc.
Hoopa was 100. Okay, Hoopa was 100. There were so many rumors or rumblings of Hoopa being value in some of my other Discord chats that I think I just assumed it moved down. Anyway.
Nah, but the two psychic types is definitely an interesting choice, especially considering he went value shopping for one of them.
Yeah.
I guess he just must have really wanted a ghost type.
I'm a little concerned about Giardicuno just because Rotom Heat pretty much always needs the boots. So I guess it's kind of neutered in a little bit of a way. So it's going to get one shot by more things if it switches into rocks, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of the problem that when I was trying to draft it a couple seasons ago, I was like, ugh, it really wants like, an expert belt or, some kind of gem. It didn't. Yeah,
it's
feel
definitely
good to me,
like I don't want to say it's
crafting.
underwhelming, but it needs a little bit more like help. Like it needs something to work with it.
Yeah. That being said, at 60 points.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I noticed too, like talking about competitive and talking about intimidates and defogs, is that he also has primate. So,
Defiant.
The U-turn into hey, you're not defogging, or else you might lose the game.
Yeah, it's kind of actually scary, and I don't know if like this was like a late stage Tristan plan. If this wasn't even a Tristan plan, and we're just figuring shit out for him, and he was just like, I really want you Articuno and Primate.
I think Tristan is very well aware that you can switch into a defog with Articuno.
Not much on this team necessarily wants like a Scald, but besides that, I mean, obviously, Wish support Umbreon. You got Mega Scizor. Dracozolt, the core of with Hippowdon. There's a lot of good going on here.
Yeah, let's talk about Mega Scizor, because I actually, when I was making some suggestions to Mike in the off season, I was like, yeah, Mega Scisor's not that great. And seeing Tristan's team now, I'm glad it didn't move down because he did not need another 40 points.
The Mega
talked about it.
Scizor was a point of contention for if it should move down and be the same price as regular Scizor, but we decided on its bulk is like just too big.
Yeah, that's fair. It does have like incredibly good bulk.
And without like hidden power, I mean, you can't just slap an answer for it. Like you lose your fire type move, like you might just lose the game.
Jim, do you remember, was Mega Scizor the one that we had initially, like, when Joe joined the call, we went back through the dock and we took one of the ones we moved down to tier 1 and we put him back in tier S? Was that Mega Scizor?
Yeah, I think so.
That's just the irony of that, and then Tristan taking it first overall in the draft.
Yeah, it was funny. We were like, wait, did we actually move it down? And is Tristan like taking advantage of us? But no, this is a good team. I want to see it in practice, definitely. I want to see some of the stuff he pulls out with Sand, and then some of the fancy stuff he might run with Giardicuno and Mega Scizor. But I mean, everything else is relatively straightforward. Like, you know what it's doing.
Yeah, you know, he's got like the 2 priority cleanup mons, and he's got the 2 like disgusting sweepers in Giardicuno and Dracozolt. So, you know, most games you kind of know what his win con is going to be, especially when you see the 6. That being said, you still got to like play around the win cons, which is much easier said than done. With that, let's go to the next team, Sheedge with the Shell Mets.
I love every single thing about this.
The icons are out of control.
Except his team. I fucking hate his team, but I love everything else.
Yeah, let's talk about the goddamn bulk on this team.
Can we not?
Mega Steelix, Feeny.
Oh god. Tapu Fini, G Corsola. Can't toxic that thing? Oh no.
Electros.
Yeah, I hate this team.
Incineroar is big as well.
I want you to know that Sheedge influenced 98% of my draft.
Are you fighting him?
Twice.
Oh boy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I saw Sheedge take Polt, Mega Steelix, and Feeny first, and I looked at Mario and was like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with Mega Steelix. I feel like Mega Steelix is a Mega we don't see all that often.
Yeah, he doesn't get a ton of love. Just I think because he's a little bit more expensive and you're not getting that much more value outside of regular Steelix. But he is in the sand. Is he in the sand division?
Jack has sand, yes. Jack does have sand.
Ooh, okay.
So Sandforce, right?
Yeah, Sandforce Steelix. Okay,
that's
so
kind of big.
That's some.
I mean, also
damage.
just the synergy with Dragapult, with Tapu Fini.
Oh yeah.
With Crobat, even, you know, like.
Yeah, that's really what it's boiling down to. And then like you're gonna get intimidated probably too. It's just not gonna die. I've thought about this. It's just gonna be there. It's just gonna be there.
Assault Vest Eel as well kind of works with that too. You know, eats whatever water type hit. Can't get hit by ground type moves. Eats a fire type hit. Incineroar eats a fire type hit. There's a lot going on with this team, and I think that it's one of the best constructed. I think we've seen, at least in this draft, as well as, you know, maybe the best team Sheedge has drafted just overall.
I hate it. I'm so scared. I'm so scared of this team. Sheedge, you win this draft. I don't know who had the Zardex, Feeny, Ferrothorn combo last season that won.
That was Vanjie.
You win this draft. It's just, damn.
Now I'm interested to see what he's going to do with the ZX Selgor, because in my mind,
Z Memento?
I don't think it gets Memento.
I don't think it gets Memento either.
Because in my mind...
no, I'm thinking of Final Gambit. I'm sorry.
Oh, Final Gambit.
I knew it gets a move that it ends up dying after he uses it. I just couldn't remember which one.
Well, speaking of Memento, Parting Shot, which is a budget Memento, but also better in some ways because you pivot. I'm surprised Incineroar wasn't made the primary Z captain.
Maybe he plans to just use it as a good Assault Vest user, good heavy duty booties. Shit, you could throw a Choice Band or a Scarf on it.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, booties is the thing I notably see. I mean, Crobat exists, but there's not a ton of Pokemon that Sheedge has that wants to wear the boots.
Right. I like the Magic Bounce on the Espeon too, to further add to the don't hit toxic play here.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. He's got great pivot with like Crobat, Dragapult, Incineroar with either U-turn or Parting Shot. The Electros with either Volt Switch or Parting Shot.
Like, this team is just nasty.
There's a lot of different directions he's going to be able to go. It's a very like plug and play kind of team. Like there's so many options.
Right.
He really
Each of
built
these mons
a
can
team
do
around
roles.
having answers to everything.
Well, he also has the greatest win con ever.
In
no Relicanth, of course.
In Relicanth, right. Actually, it's Guts Hariyama. Thank you.
Oh, Guts
That's-
Hariyama is actually
That's
sick.
based. Yeah, Guts Hariyama's sick.
Well, Guts Hariyama might be sick, but Dragapult pretty much just one-shotting 98% of this game is also sick.
Yeah, especially with the Z Crystal.
Yeah.
Ludicrous. Ludicrous.
Can confirm.
I like a lot of what he's going on.
I'm scared.
I'm excited to see it in action.
I'm glad I'm not fighting this. I can say that.
I am so terrified of this team.
With that, let's go to our third overall pick. Jack. Drillmatic.
Appleton.
I love it. I
I
love,
love
Appleton.
Appleton.
Yeah, great Pokemon.
What a picture. It's like
He's
just
sniffing the
lost
pie.
Is that what it is? To me, it looks like he just lost his like best friend in an anime, and he's just like, "It's a terrible day for rain."
Oh, so you insert a little tear on his face.
Yeah. He looks like he's about to drop a mixtape or something like that.
Well, I mean, his hot album Drillmatic is there.
The Drillmatic, true, and yeah, this is indeed another sand team. We've gone
Wait a
over
second.
3 teams, right? This is team number 3. This is the second sand team.
Is that Gary motherfucking Oak instead of an actual badge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's it was the Indigo League. He won season 9. So there
I
wasn't,
love
like,
that.
a badge necessarily.
Yo, I still need to make the meme of somebody get this man a team card because he never got his team card.
You mean his badge?
He doesn't get a badge. It was the 9th season, so it's when we did the Elite Four. So Manus promised whoever won that season a laminated team card of their team, and he never got it. Like he was supposed to get the image you're seeing right now, like laminated and sent to him.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know about that. Yeah, get
Yes.
get him his team card.
And I guess you do know about this because you told me to download GIMP, and I'm a lazy asshole and won't make the meme myself. But I've wanted to make the Black Panther meme so we get this man a team card.
Anyway, with all that
That's enough
aside,
about Jack's team.
yeah, we haven't touched on a single piece of his team other than saying it was sand.
Yeah.
T-Tar Excadrill, the
course.
quintessential OU sand core. And
The
he's
thing.
got it paired with some fantastic fighting resists in Mantine and Azelf.
And Miss Magius, don't sleep.
Oh yeah, Miss
What is-
Magius.
What a snipe! And you know what? We both took Miss Magus for the same reason.
Because it's too good for 40 points.
Because
It is too good. For
I
40
can't say
But also,
it.
like, it doesn't do anything. Like,
I can't.
It's
It does one thing really good in.
I know it
our
could see
division.
Memento.
It does one thing in our division really good, and that's it. I'm not gonna blow up this spot.
Hold up. I'll figure this out in about 2 seconds once I look at the rosters.
I do like the fact that he does have a decent amount of ground weeks, but he's also complementing it with 2 levitate Pokemon as well as Mantine and Appleton.
Appleton,
like-
just great.
Yeah.
Appleton
I like-
alongside somebody who can just eat ice beams like Mantine is
Yeah.
amazing.
I feel like we
Appleton-
saw Mantine and Appleton on the same team at some point. Maybe I'm making that up.
No,
That's
you're
a
right,
good
we did.
combo.
I think it was Rob. It was because I drafted Appleton the first season that it it was available to the league, and I also drafted Vaporeon alongside of it, and something. I remember people were talking like, "Oh man, Appleton alongside a Water Absorber is insane for a sand team because Excadrill and T-Tar obviously don't want water moves." I think that combo has sort of become a PFL, not a meme, but a recurring theme.
Yeah. Hey,
What?
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or what? If it ain't, yeah.
I
don't-
also just
you
like
can't-
Appleton just hitting Apple Acid and then Draco Meteor, and then something's dead.
Or just keep hitting Apple Acid, lower that spit F.
Yeah, you want to switch out? Come in with something else that resists it. It won't resist it for long.
That's what I'm saying. Like, cool, you're looking at Appleton. You want to switch into a resist. You just got hit by an Apple Acid. That resist isn't looking too good. He's a great Pokemon. He's another one. I look at him all the time. Like, is this it?
Yo, Drac, tell me about Boltund.
I love Bolton. Bolton's
So good.
fantastic. You get
It's
Strong
so
Jaw,
good.
Thunderfang. Literally the only thing that switches in is a ground type.
Its attack is a little like weird though. I feel like it calcs a little weird, doesn't it?
So both its attack and special attack are 90, but it's got the boosting move or the boosting abilities in strong jaw or competitive. So if he's like facing an intim heavy team, you can run competitive and get that 2x, and then start slamming T-bolts and volt switches. So he's got that going on.
Nice little mixed attacker.
Yeah, it's not necessarily mixed, but I think more often it's gonna be one or the other. But like strong jaw is amazing. He only needs Ice Fang. If Bolton got Ice Fang, I would draft him probably like every season.
Yeah,
because why would you pay any more for an electric type? He's already fast as heck.
Yeah, I like Jack's team a lot. I'm not as afraid of Jack's team as I am Sheedge's team, and I'm just literally talking the 11 Pokemon on the screen and not the people. But because they're both in my division, but I like Jack's team a lot.
I just see Jirachi. Jirachi was a Pokemon that I considered very heavily for my draft, and I'm glad that. Well, not that I'm glad. In fact, I'm actually not glad at all that Jack has it, because Jirachi is always a problem, and it always can just like randomly win games.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
run
oh, you
Scarf,
flinched 4
Serene
times,
Grace.
like,
yeah,
sorry.
60% chance is 100% or 0%.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of things to complement both Excadrill and Jirachi being weak to fire too. With Thick Fat on Appleton, Assault Vest Tyranitar is going to laugh at that. Same with Assault Vest on Magmortar. Either route he went there. Mantine also is going to laugh at it. Yeah, he's got a lot of
team.
Yeah, it's very well put together.
Yeah, Mantine also immune to that EQ that Excadrill wouldn't want. Appleton resists, obviously. Mantine eats those CCs for days.
Yeah, this is a really well put together team.
Well, with that sandy team, let's go over to number 4. LCD, Mario Kartana. We do not have the icon for LCD yet, unfortunately, as we're recording on Wednesday night.
So this is his second team?
So
this is his
LCD's
second team.
second team.
James took Clefable, and LCD had a bit of a meltdown.
Yeah, he had a crisis. Absolutely.
That's kind of what happens when you wait and you try to wait till round 11 to pick apparently the cornerstone of your team.
I cannot say that you're wrong.
That might have been a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction. I'm not sure I understand the impulse to use all of your draft picks or all of your pickups immediately.
Listen, I asked him, I was like, dude, are you sure? Like, you want to just not try and run with it for a little while and see what happens? He's like, nope, doing it.
So and we can get into like this team comp, but my thing with that is now all of a sudden other people can counterpick.
Oh, they can counterpick the shit out of you.
And you can't do anything about it now. You're stuck with this team for the next 10 weeks at least.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see what he does this season. I mean, it's not like it's a terrible team by any means. Clefairy being his fairy out of his Dragon Fairy Steel Core is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of a Clefairy hater. I'm not big on the NFE Eviolite mons, to be quite honest.
Some of them are okay, because like that's like saying that you're not big on like because I had this conversation with Morgan. It's like saying you're not big on like
obviously amazing.
P2, Dusclops, like there's some Dual Blade is also stupidly good. There's a couple really good ones, but you're right, I'm not that big.
Yeah, but like the weird ones like Clefairy, Groddle, even though I picked up Groddle last season, I never used him. He was kind of just there to fill in a slot, to be honest. But yeah, they don't calc super good. If you ever get hit by a knockoff, like there goes all your switch-ins.
Right.
Yeah, now you're useless. Whereas if something like Clefable gets hit by knockoff, it loses its leftovers, but it's still a switch-in.
Right.
Well, he also has Thwackey too.
God, don't even get me started.
No, I think Thwacky's a good NFE. I think he's one of the good not fully evolved mons because you still got potential Bandy, Grassy Glide. Just the sheer utility of grassy terrain helps a lot.
Yeah, and especially in conjunction with
Kartana.
With Kartana, but Cradilly as well. I mean, lefties boosted grass move.
Okay, but like
passive recovery
with Kartana as his big ol' guy.
Yeah.
Outside of Laddie and Slowbro, what's coming into the fire move?
I mean, it's Laddie and Slowbro. I get your point though.
that's
He has a lot of like fire weaknesses or stuff that doesn't want to switch into a fire move. He also doesn't really want a flying move, to be honest.
Wait, oh my god. I just had a minor panic attack
Oh?
because thinking about Kartana abusing Grassy Glide made me just like that's what I've been thinking. What was
Cortana doesn't get Glassy Glide.
No, it doesn't. No, it
No
doesn't.
way.
But the last like 5 days or so, I've been thinking that it does, and I've been not excited. But then I just looked up Kartana, and it doesn't. So
Jim woke up in a cold sweat one night.
I feel much
Oh
better.
god, Grassy Glide Kartana.
I immediately thought about restructuring my whole team. But regardless, he has 3 grass types. You're right in the sense that, who does want the fire type move? Because Slowbro's not exactly huge on the special side.
It's
Latios-
9580. It's really not bad.
It's not bad, definitely, but it's not like a flash fire Pokemon,
Right.
or it doesn't have like a quad resist or really anything like that. And LCD, he had Slowbro, I want to say season 13.
Okay.
Yeah. This season,
I almost
oh god.
lost to it. I almost lost to a Calm Mind Slowbro in finals.
So LCD has to deal with Infernape. LCD
Ooh.
has to deal with Delphox. And LCD has to deal with Arcanine. 2 out of 3 of those mons get an electric type move.
Which
I-
one doesn't.
That's
I
not
don't
good.
think Delphox gets T-Bolt. I think
Damn
it
it.
gets Energy Ball though.
It doesn't.
Why would it get
uh,
Energy Ball?
Because Psychic types get weird goddamn moves.
That is true.
It'd be great if Delphox got Energy Ball. I don't know. I don't think
But
so.
yeah,
but
so I think we've all kind of identified that fire and flying are some pretty big weaknesses for LCD's lineup. But the good things about his lineups is that Latias can go off, Torn just works on every team. Kartana is always a threat. Like you cannot sleep on any of the beast boosters, especially ones with 181 attack.
Oh yeah, the
Nidoqueen
top half
punches
of his
holes.
team is great.
Yeah,
especially
Slowbro
in
walls all
combination
physical
with
mons.
Grassy terrain offsetting damage from hail as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you have your Aurora Veil setter, but Latios, Torn, Kartana, Slowbro, Nidoqueen, like you're gonna see those 5 Pokemon probably every single week, and then miscellaneous is gonna be slotted in to the last slot.
Yeah. He's pretty good on hazards, actually. I was going to say he doesn't have strong hazards, but like Nidoqueen, Cradily, Fairy, if he really needs it, all, do hazards just fine, as well as passive chip from Hail. So
He
think
does
it's
not
actually
want
fine
a
on
dark
hazard.
type move either. Not a lot on his team wants that knockoff.
I'm interested to see how this team will work, especially considering now he can't make any switches.
Yeah, that's the big. That's it right there. He's stuck with this. And even if he starts popping off, as you said, his whole division could just go, okay, what's popping off on his team and how do I beat it?
Yeah. But we'll see.
we will see. I think Jim is actually a little happy to see these changes because you were making a big point to say that
I
he kept
can't
counterpicking you on
believe
accident.
those changes. Bro, his team looked so good against specifically Jim, and then he's like, I'm dropping everything because I didn't get Clefable. I was like, but your team seemed okay.
Yeah, I also didn't think I didn't think Clefable needed to be there to hold his whole team together, but
We'll see.
Yeah, especially since he
exactly,
dropped
we'll see.
Zard Y and Seismitoad.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
the Seismitoad drop surprises the crap out of me. I get he picked up Cradily for for
shitty
Dracovish,
for shitty Storm Drain.
but
instead of
also
water.
but I have Rain. You know what I mean? So
Right.
so wouldn't you want the Swift Swimmer? I guess I don't know, but regardless, I'm excited to see what he's able to do, and hopefully these picks work out for him in games where I don't fight him.
Seismitoad gets Power Whip, doesn't it? That would have been really good on a
Yes.
Swift Swimmer against Mega Swampert.
Yeah, it would, but
It also
Oh.
gets water absorbed, no?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, either or. Pick your poison. Anyway, that's LCD's team, Mario Kartana. Next up, number 5, Leibo, Revenge of the Sigilif. I like that name a lot. I also really
Yeah.
like the Obi-Wans.
I love the Obi-Wans, and I love the background is the lava, is it not?
Is that Mustafar?
It looks like it's just some random cave that's illuminated, but I think it's
Yeah.
meant to look like that.
Well, it's close enough to me that it looks like that it's over Anakin. I have
This-
the high ground.
This is a weird team.
It's a pretty
I
good
don't
team,
know,
if you
man.
ask me.
Okay, well, so Valley makes this, maybe rounds it out a little bit.
I also have a
but
little PTSD of Greninja.
to me, and I know Greninja can be like whatever type, right? But Slowking and Greninja, I don't know. I guess you have the regen core. Leibo loves his regen core
Leibo also loves teleport.
and loves teleport. Regular ass Absol,
I mean, Sucker Punch hurts. Stab Sucker Punch is always going to hurt.
yeah.
So he's got the incredibly big physical wall in Gliscor and the Spadef wall in Slowking. And their types cover each other really well.
Mhm.
As well as Colossal. Like, those three just gigantic boys that get in the way. I think they cover each other's types really well.
You know what it is for me with Leibo? Leibo's team wins the I can't believe that team cost you 1,100 points.
Yeah, that's sort of how I'm feeling too. Like I'm looking at all the Pokemon and I'm like, huh, like that's it. Like I think Absol, if it was like Mega Absol, then I'd be like, okay, this team looks, passable. But
Okay,
it's
well
not.
there's
It's
some
regular
backstory
old-
to him having Absol. So I wanted Absol at one point and he took it from me. And then in the same round he's like, okay, well do you want it? And I was like, possibly. And then we set up a trade for Guzzlord. And then I don't remember how, but LCD ended up messaging me, and then he told me that Guzzlord's really good, and then I did some calcs, and now he's not getting Guzzlord. But to be fair, he sniped Absol first, so like, he picked it.
And also Leibo's out of a dragon type now.
Well,
only-
he has Savali.
Yeah, Silvally Dragon would be the only option. And
I
Silvally,
also-
okay, Silvally Dragon's actually really, really good.
So Valley actually went really late in the draft, from what I recall anyway.
Well,
I
yeah,
also
that-
feel like I told him that night. Like, I didn't wait until after the draft to tell him.
So, when you say, like, you can't believe this team costs 1,100 points, are there just a lot of mons you're not wowed with? Is that what it
Yeah.
is? Like,
Yeah,
you see
I think
Absol,
nothing is like,
Colossal, Gorgeist.
oh my god, like that Pokemon is broken. Like I don't want to fight
Yeah.
that in any way. To me, I look at this team and I'm like, okay, like,
got
it's a bunch,
answers.
it's pieces that they work together. But there's not like a Mega Mawile or a Dracovish or like some giant hurdle to get over.
Yeah, it's really just Protein Greninja. You're going to have to figure out how to tank hits from that, and that's going to be the core of, I think, prepping for Leibo, figuring out how to deal with Greninja.
Totally. And Gliscor, making sure you don't
Oh, yeah.
you don't have your only ice type like move go down early. But I mean, I'm a fan of the regen core. I like Licky Licky. I like Gramble. I like his low tier picks a decent amount besides Absol anyway.
I'm a big
Absol
Escap
also
fan.
has like 135 base attack.
Only 130, but it's also slow as heck.
Yeah, but it gets Sucker Punch.
I'll run substitute.
Bet.
I'm a big Escap fan.
I like
I'll throw
Escap a
that
lot.
out there.
Does he have Trick Room support on this team?
Slowking.
And maybe Gorgeist.
Oh, Gorgeist probably does get it, yeah.
At least
That's something to think about.
Yeah,
He's
like a
low-key a
banded
Trick Room
Escav or
team.
something can do some nasty stuff.
Well, that 130 base attack that we were just talking about that's slow as shit is no longer slow as shit in Trick Room.
Absol's not that slow. It's 75
It's like-
speed.
Is it 75?
So it's a very good speed for breakers because you can run Adamant a lot and just
Yeah, it's
destroy some of the tanks.
it's kind of wild.
Well, I hope that this team. I hope it works out for him. I want to see Savali do some cool things, and honestly, I want to see Granbull. I want to see Granbull just every week.
Why is he Absol over Z Savali?
I was about to bring that up. I don't know. It's another Z parting shotter that was just not made the Z captain.
We'll,
Is
we'll
this-
find out in week 2 when when both Sheedge and Leibo switch their Z captains, or after this video when they do.
Like, oh yeah, that's a really good point. Z parting shot.
It's the best part of the team breakdowns is we give our opponents ideas and then we're
Right.
kicking ourselves for it.
Yeah. And something else about Leibo's team is he has a pretty easy time generating momentum. Like, look at all of the pivot he has. He's got both parting shot on Silvally, U-turn on Mienshao, Greninja, Gliscor, teleport on Slowbro, And like you teleport into Escav or Colossal on a good matchup, then you're just getting hit or he's getting hazards for free or something. So
Yeah.
it's not, I don't know, it's not going to be that simple to take down his team, I don't think.
You know why I think I'm sort of iffy on this team? It's very susceptible to hazards besides Gliscor. Like to like T-spikes or spikes, or that's like the first flag I see. Or even
Yeah.
You don't have
rocks.
a true poison type?
He does not have a poison type, let alone a grounded one.
So maybe
Damn,
that was my toxic spiked radar going off saying bring that. So
Right. Like
Maybe
the best he has
Leibo
is,
leaned too hard into Savali doing everything.
yeah, because he's got Cole for removal, he's got
Mm-hmm.
Sylvally and Gliscor for defog, and that's about it. Which, I mean, either one of them can easily run defog, so... The
Yeah,
issue
but-
is that
but
you're
both
switching
of them
into a
have
move
4
with
move
hazards.
slot syndrome though.
Right.
This is
Which is
going to
the
be
tough part, because Gliscor has super 4 move slot syndrome, and Sylvally, like, you know, you can run it 18,000 different ways. So
I mean, we'll see. Leibo's a crafty dude.
we'll see.
He has a championship, so
This is true.
we'll see. Best of luck to him. Next, we got James. Megan the Spectrier. Still do not understand that name.
Okay, so this is
Megan
what I meant
Stallion.
when I say a team that like I look at and I'm like, oh, how am I gonna get over that? Like I immediately zoom in on Mega Venusaur and I'm like,
Mega Venusaur Zapdos is a disgusting combo.
he can bring all 4 of his S tiers every goddamn game and just win. Just win. Zapdos, Mega Venusaur, Clefable, and Kyurem. Solve them. Do it. Go on.
I hate that he has Fion. I hate that of all
I was
the
gonna bring up
water
Fion.
types. I hate that of all the water types in tier 5, and there's so many of them. He
He could have
chose
picked
Fion.
Quillfish.
Yeah, he could have picked, dude, Quailfish. He could have picked like literally like a million different. He could have picked Gorobus. He could have picked Huntail.
You know, okay, that's getting a little... Slow your roll there,
Shell
Jim.
Smashers
I hate
over
this team.
Fion with the base 80 across the board.
What
I
is-
hate this team.
Floatzel, Golduck. I am looking at tier 5 right now, and I'm getting angrier with every water type I see. Pukumuku.
I hate this team.
Does
I'm gonna
Fion
keep
actually
saying
get
it.
anything other than Tail Glow?
It doesn't
it-
even get tail glow, dude.
Oh my god.
It gets rest hydration, and you have to run rain dance. Obviously, that's
I
the
don't-
only
Hey,
thing.
that won
Fion
me a
does.
game last season, but it was with
There's
Mana
no
Feet.
hole. His
Yeah, but it
team
was
is
with
solid.
Manaphy.
He did the thing. It's so good.
Yeah, the Mon with 120 extra stats.
His steel type being G Stunfisk is interesting.
Yeah,
I love Komala, and I actually
I
kind of
wanted Komala too.
Thievul, James was so excited for.
I actually kind of like Thievul.
His team
Thievul
is
gets like fast parting
terrifying.
shot, right? Fast parting shot and fake out.
Yeah, a relatively fast parting shot anyway,
It also gets Unburden.
and the stakeout, so it does hit hard if somebody switches out or
Oh, is that what Stakeout does?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
they switch out, you do double damage.
This is the exact opposite of that time that James tried to draft all tier 5s. James went, how many S tiers could I actually get? Guys, it's 4.
The 800
answer's-
club.
The answer's 4.
Yeah, because
Well, that's quite literally mathematically.
there's like one 60-point Mon on his team. The rest are 40s. Oh
No,
I
there's
think
100
Gallade is
points.
60.
Centiscorch is 100.
I thought he was 60.
No, he's 100.
Okay.
'cause
No,
Flash
he's
Fire-
60. No, he's 60.
Is he? Did
now
we move
he
him
is.
down?
We moved him down.
Okay, that's what it is. Because he used to be 100.
Because if it was 100, then he'd have to squeeze what 5 more or 6 more mons into
Right.
200 200 points.
Also, Drac, James's team name is after the rapper Megan Thee Stallion.
Ah, okay. Well,
But-
thank you for enlightening me.
Yes.
So James kind of has an issue with ground moves because he doesn't have a resist. He only has the immunity and Zapdos, and so many ground types get Stone Edged that it kind of becomes an obvious prediction. So we'll have to figure out that.
Yeah,
This is
but then like Kyurem's there to just fucking murder every ground type.
Yeah,
That is
and
true.
honestly, Mega Venusaur can can kind of.
Yeah, Mega Venusaur can kind of go toe to
His
toe.
team is I'm gonna keep saying it. His team is terrifying. Like he's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
bring.
his 200-point tanks. Ugh.
They're all tanks. All four of them.
I hate Clefable Zapdos, Mega Venusaur. Like Kyurem's like obviously scary, but also it's Dragon Ice, so there's certainly counterplay. But like the other three, it's like you need to specifically prep for. But then you know that some of these games, James is gonna be like, hey, let me bring Kyurem, but then let me bring my tier 5s. You know,
No.
There's
he's
gonna
just
be one
leave
game
Mega
this
Venusaur
season.
on the bench.
There's gonna be one game this season where he brings like one tier S and the rest are the 40s.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take the exact opposite, and every game he's gonna bring those 4 motherfuckers and just 2 of those tier 5s. Any 2, pick 2. He might just flip a coin, assign each one a number, and random number generator it, and he will still have a solid team.
It's always gonna be Komala because that thing is busted. I love Komala.
He does need to not have Zapdos be his remove. So I can
Komala
see
gets spin.
Komala.
Yeah,
No, that's what I'm saying. So like I can see Komala being there to be the spinner.
that's true. Also, he has, Magic Guard and Clefable. Gallade resists the rocks. Stunfisk double resists the rocks.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of boots targets in Kyurem, Centiskorch, and Zapdos.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
a big
Yeah,
issue.
the 2, the Kyurem Zapdos definitely, and Centiskorch obviously like needs them.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
I haven't said anything about Sudowoodo, but I also love that thing.
I love how it's his goddamn team card.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
Good
Sudowoodo
choice.
has 115 defense.
It also gets Sucker Punch and Rocket Head Smash.
I knew about the Rocket Head Smash. Hilarious. Anyway,
Gets Woodhammer too.
let's try to speed this up because we're already 40 minutes into the recording. Dylan, Minions Rise of the Xatu. That's
This is a very
Dracovish.
Dylan team. This is a super Dylan team. I
Ye-
see Rabambi. I see Magnezone. Even like Xatu.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is Alolan Sandslash on this team?
You know what? Dylan saw, my only removal is Defog on Xatu. And maybe Rabambi. I need a spinner. Because he sees Sticky Web and he's like, oh, well, I don't want to get rid of that with Defog on the same Pokemon. So he probably knee-jerk reacted and needed a spinner and
Yeah.
thought, I don't have an ice type. I don't have, so there it is.
Well, on top of that, he has 2 quad resists for fighting moves and an immunity.
Yeah. And Arcanine gets Flash Fire, so it's like fire types also aren't.
Yeah,
Fire type
Alolan
does pretty
Sandslash-
well here.
Yeah, Alolan Sandslash is actually pretty complimentary to his team, as weird as that sounds without Hail.
Yeah, without Hail, it does definitely look
Okay.
out of place, but I think that it's actually like
Listen,
a fine pick.
you say that, but Arcanine is the only thing, and Dracovish, switching into the fire type move.
Right, like
Yeah.
Dry Skin Krogunk isn't.
Nope. Shaman isn't. Magnezone isn't. Rabambi isn't. The only thing that's coming in is Arcanine.
Yeah, Mike's got
And
flare,
Dracovish.
flare Blitz on the brain. You got to
Oh, Mike always has Flare Blitz on the board.
Fire's also just my favorite type, so I always just go, oh, does fire just beat any of these types?
and so a lot of times it does.
Yeah.
It's effective, definitely. I love Dracovish, Mega Guard, Magnezone. As soon as I saw that, like those were his
Love
top
that.
3 picks. I was like, wow. I was like, that was really good coverage. You got the pivoting. You got an insane Mega, who's actually I think been pretty underutilized in PFL. Like Mega Gardevoir is like kind of broken.
Yeah, I mean, all of the Pixelate, Glaciate, those types of moves are actually gross.
Yeah.
Giving you
So
stab
I'm
on top of the
excited to see-
20% bonus.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see like what he ends up doing with Mega Guard. Dracovish is self-explanatory, but I like the Z Memento on Runrigus.
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested to see why Magnezone's the Z captain, because Magnezone is just such a great, it's a scarf target, it's a good self-best user.
I know why. You run
Why?
Analytic and you blow something up on a switch with a 30% boosted Z move.
Ow.
Mhm.
Ow.
Ow is right.
Ow. Oh my god.
Also, you know what that does let him do? It lets him run Volt Switch and then be able to choose to stay in, like with an Electrium Z.
That's true. That's very true.
And not running like T-Bolt. You could have, like Flash Cannon, Volt Switch, Body Press, and then whatever the hell else. But
I like the special defense bulk on his team too, being Mega Gardevoir and Magnezone. Like, that's his physical defense, Reneragus?
Yeah, that was something that I had noticed about his team. He doesn't have like a ton of recovery. It's really just Roost on Xatu, Synthesis on Shaman, and Z Memento. Which, don't get me wrong, Z Memento is great, especially when you can swap into like Dracovish or something. But I feel like this team is liable to get chipped down.
You got Morning Sun maybe on Arcanine.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe Drain Punch on Toxicroak. But you're right. It is another team that I look at and I'm like, oh, if Xatu's not there, then Rocks and Toxic Spikes, and it does get, it is susceptible to chip. But I think it's a relatively like well-constructed team. I like looking at it.
Yeah, we can't sleep on Chinchino either.
Oh, no,
Especially because they
definitely
moved it down.
Yeah, you get triple axle. That's gonna hit 3 times every time as long as the first one connects. Obviously as the skill link tail slap.
Mhm.
Well, he also gets technician boosted moves, so.
Yep. And every hit of triple axle is technician boosted because the last hit is base 60.
That's gross.
Ugh.
Ew.
So now all of a sudden, if all 3 hit and you're running technician, it's a 180 base power move. So it's basically just a Z move at that point.
Yep. But
Just think
stop.
about that
Don't.
choice banding it. Let's go. Encino's gonna be kill leader.
Possibly.
King
Yeah.
of the kill. Chinchino. You look at Dracovish. It's gonna be Chinchino.
Dude, it's the Dracovish problem. Everybody knows to prep for Vicious Wrens, so it never just goes ham. Or rarely.
Somebody
goes ham.
told me I was wrong saying that Dracovish is not a round 1 pick. I don't remember who it is. I'm gonna stand by it. Dracovish.
Yeah, I forget who said that. Somebody said it was around 2.
It's not. It's like a round 9 or like it's a good like 7 to 9 round pick.
Well, it's one of those prisoner's dilemma type of thing where you're like, man, Dracovish would look really good on my team, but I don't want to get counterpicked. And then, 3 other people are thinking that as well, and it's who blinks first.
Yeah. And people will blink super soon because they
Yeah.
look at Vicious Rend and they're like, well,
They run a
Well,
couple
it's hard
counts
to
and
say
like,
no to.
We're gonna keep taking it within the first 3 rounds, and then everybody in their division's gonna go shit, and they're gonna draft every single Dracovish counter.
Yeah, they'll just draft an Arc Division and call it a day.
Right.
Dude, that's exactly what I did when I found out I was fighting Dracovish a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, just all right, wrap it up.
Anyway, that's Dylan's team. Super scary in terms of just you getting hit with moves.
Yeah.
Maybe a little lacking in the sustain, but he just wins faster than he loses. He wins the game.
Yeah, I love this team. And maybe it's because I've used like almost, I don't say every mon in PFL, but over half of them I've used in PFL. And like, there's just so many things all of them can do. Like Arcanine, Shaman, Rabombi, Xatu, and then you just get Dracovish is just in the back pocket. Like I just like this team.
With that,
We'll see how he does.
we'll see how he does. Next up, we got Hunter, Shuckleberry Finian. This is probably my favorite team name, to be quite honest.
I love the icon too. Like, come on.
Dude, working in 2 Mons names into that, too good.
He hated it too. He goes, just give me Shuckleberry Finian, but I hate it. I was like, bro,
So
I
good.
love that.
It's so good.
That's so good.
Okay, so the big new Tier S, the title card Mon, Urshifu Rapid Strike. Oh, baby.
First thoughts looking at this team is bring a fighting type against it.
Oh, you
He's
have
got-
to. Against
He's got
Chansey?
checks for fighting, but not even just Chansey, bro. He's got Stonjourner. He's got, it's gonna be Neutral and Staraptor. It's gonna murder Houndoom. That's Capparaja. I mean, he's got regular Rotom, and Comfey.
Comfey, yeah, Comfey's a pretty good fighting switch in just because you get the follow-up with priority draining
The Draining Kiss. You right. But I'm just saying, bring a fighting type against Hunter.
Well, that being said, unless you're going offensive Comfey, the draining kisses are probably not going to one-shot a lot of fighting types.
Yeah, especially if they have a subtype that resists it.
Yeah, because I remember a couple seasons ago in the playoffs, I was fighting Dylan, who brought a Specs
Was it
Comfey to one of the
Hitmonchan?
games. No, it was Mega Metacham. It was
Sorry,
Mega
anytime
Medicham against
somebody says
Comfey.
Dylan, I just think of Hitmonchan.
Yeah, it was Mega Medicham against Specs Comfey, and he hit a Draining Kiss, and it did 99. And I calced it after the match because I didn't expect it, and that was like a max roll. So, and Mega Medicham's not like huge, so, you know, it's great to just like slam and break through stuff, but it kind of loses like the sustain war, especially if you get toxic and you don't have aromatherapy.
Is Comfey, Houndoom, and Rotom really his special offensive threats here?
Yes.
I mean, Regidrago can run Meteor.
Am I just biased against Mega Houndoom?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Mega
Okay.
Houndoom is sick.
I just don't like.
Is Hunter does Hunter blah, 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 Hunter
Does
have Sun
Hunter
in his
face the-
division?
I don't think we have a single Sunset or
Oh
somebody
yeah,
has
our only
Ninetales.
Sunsetter dropped it.
Somebody has Ninetales.
M1 has Ninetales.
There you go. But yeah, the only person, and LCD had a Sunsetter without a Sun team, so like,
Oh,
Well,
Zard
yeah.
Y is the Sun team.
He had a Sun Setter to counter the Rain team, and then was like, Vanillix.
Rip.
But you're right in the sense that he doesn't have a ton of special offensive like prowess, and then he kind of suffers from the same like hazard problem, kind of like Regidrago, Stonjourner, like everything, Mudsdale, Copperajah, everything's gonna get kind of worn down by like a Spikes or a Stealth Rock. Even if it's resisted, like it will add up over time.
I agree. He's got what? Defog on Rotom. He's got Rapid Spin on Mime.
Comfey
Yeah, and
also
then
gets
Comfey
defog.
gets defog, yeah.
I mean, listen, Comfey gets Defog, but like, do I want to put Defog on Comfey?
It depends.
Yeah, well, without hidden power, it's like utility Comfey is more often going to be the bring. Because what I did when we had hidden power and I drafted Comfey is I pretty much always bring either Assault Vest or Expert Belt and just like Draining Kiss, Giga Drain, hidden power coverage, and then U-turn.
I just feel like Comfey gets so many moves where like putting Defog there is hard. It gets just, you know, U-turn. It doesn't get Toxic
It
and or
gets
Key Wave.
Leech Seed, it gets Aromatherapy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is just so many moves that I want to put there that running Defog in that slot, it's going to be necessary sometimes, but it's going to be hard. You're going to miss another crucial move.
Right, it also gets Taunt. Taunt is super good, especially, you know, when you're running a team that is susceptible to hazards. And I don't think
could one of you
Staraptor runs
two-
boots very often.
Could one of you two who's better at this game tell me why in God's name Staraptor is a 120-point Pokemon? Is it because of Reckless?
And yeah, Reckless Brave Bird, Reckless Double Edge,
Intim,
Okay.
100 base
Post-combat.
speed.
Intimidate, yeah, 120 base attack.
Okay.
Should I keep going, Mike?
What's its speed? Is it like 90?
It's 100.
Okay, that's fair.
It's really, yeah.
I remember like he drafted it, and I'm looking through the doc, and I'm like, all right, Staraptor's a bird. It's probably only like 60 points, and I can't find it. And I'm like, is it 100 points? And I still can't find it. And I'm like, no way, this is 120 points.
Yeah, I mean U-turn as well, and Staraptor's really simple too. You know what I mean? Like it's just like U-turn, Brave Bird, close combat, and then like maybe Roost or Double Edge.
Yeah,
This
it's
team's
gonna
really
blow some
edgy.
stuff up.
His team is really edgy with Mega Houndoom, Staraptor, and Urshifu.
And then there's Chansey.
Yeah, one of these things is not like the other.
He's got a lot of really edgy mons and then a lot of really plain mons. He's got Chansey. I mean, Stonejourner's just rocks with a face.
Comfey.
From
Dude,
these flowers
dude,
with a
you know-
face.
No, it's not even. No. Here's the thing. In the anime, in like one of the first, like Alolan, I forget what it was called. One of the Sun and Moon episodes. You know, they first get to the island, and one of the Comfeys is like dropping off lays to everybody, and the Comfey drops the lay around Ash's neck, and then the head just flies away. And that just blew my mind. That
That's
the
weird.
Comfey is
You
just
just
the
like
head,
go-
and it's carrying
yeah.
the lay of
It's
flowers.
just carrying the flower, exactly. That's like the Flabebe thing.
Yeah.
All these fairies
weird.
just carrying the flowers, dude. They're not a part of them. Well, that's why they're not a grass type, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys play the new Pokemon Snap? Because like, it's
No.
in there, and it I feel like it acts like a whole Pokemon and not just carrying the flowers. Interesting.
Well, maybe there's a disconnect. Anyway.
Or I'm just dumb.
With that aside, that's Hunter's
Comfey,
team.
Comfey's real tiny, I guess then, huh?
Comfey
It looks
is extremely
big.
tiny.
Because of its like sprite, but I guess it's just real tiny.
I'm excited to see what Urshifu does. Don't bring Protect against Hunter. That's what
Don't
I'll
bring
say.
Protect.
Do that.
Don't do it.
You might think
God.
you want it, then Cliff Able or something gets hit with a poison jab through protect.
Okay, does he bring both Mudsdale and Rotom to the same game consistently?
Yes.
Because he
Why
has to. He pretty much has to. Outside of like Chansey wanting every special move, not a lot on his team wants electric moves. They're either neutral or gonna shred through it. Like just looking at her Shifu Water, just like you're like, okay, well I need to kill this.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
I
thing
mean,
scares me.
I think he's leaning on Chansey a lot to eat those special hits, either grass or electric.
I agree.
You got Eviolite Mime.
He's
Well,
got
you're
double
not running
Eviolite.
Eviolite Mime with Chansey on your team.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's
I didn't
true.
even notice that. He's got double Eviolite, and when I spent 160 fucking points on Chansey, I'm probably gonna run it.
Yeah.
Saying.
I hate the idea of toxic stalling until Urshifu hits the field.
Oh,
Oh.
And it says, hey, you're at 60%. Well, you're dead
you
now.
know, I could have gone my entire life without hearing about that strategy.
Well, we'll see it. I promise you we'll see it in 10 weeks.
Oh, I don't like that.
All right, Hunter, you know the drill. You know how to win games now. Thanks, Jim.
welcome.
Toxic.
Anyway,
Oh.
that's Hunter's team. Urshifu very scary. Next up, Dave. Smashing Punkaboos. I like this team name a lot. Not as
I
good as
love
Shuckleberry
that-
Finian, but
I love it. I love all of
This
it.
is a great team. I
This-
vibe with this team.
this team is
Hey,
fast
It's
as
even
shit.
better because James sniped the shit out of Dave in this draft. Only James. Only James. And it's great because they were roommates and like they're friends and just every pick Dave sent me, I'm like, nope, James has it. Nope, James took it.
No, this is I like the mini hail core. I love Heatran Suicune Tangrowth.
Oh god.
And
I
Zero
also-
Aura.
Yeah, and then somehow he's with that, he's able to fit Zero Aura and Mega Pidgeot on this team. And I think that's just like I think he did a great job constructing it. I think he got a lot of value out of his lower tier picks.
Yeah, his low tiers are G Rapidash, Dragalge, Aurorus, Beartic, and Shuckle. Only 2 of those are
Even-
60.
Sableye
Sableye
is
is 62.
Wait,
62.
Sableye moved down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sableye moved down.
What were you smoking?
Well, me
Oh.
marijuana. Second of all, I'm here for the chaos.
But yeah, no, exactly. Like it's a very, top heavy team, but it doesn't look like it really.
Yeah, it
It's-
honestly took me a minute to realize that he has 200-point mons, a 160, 2 120s, and then the rest of his team is all 60s.
Yeah. But that's the thing though, is that like he gets a lot of value out of those 60s
Yeah.
and 40s.
Togashi is an underrated dragon.
I
agree.
Yeah, I think so too, and I also think that G Rapidash is probably underrated too. I mean, Psychic Fairy is a really good type.
Yeah,
It
105 base speed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're looking at not 100% accurate on its 2 best moves, and I get it. They're both like 90. Who gives a shit? But we've all missed a Zen Headbutt here.
Don't remind me.
Like it's relying on Zen Headbutt and Play Rough as its 2 main stabs.
Yeah. I mean, you get the Wild Charge, you get the I think he gets Morning Sun.
It
You get
does.
Mega
I know.
Horn.
I didn't know it got Wild Charge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Wild
His
Charge.
Yeah, I
team is
vibe
so
with this.
fast too. Like Mega Pidgeot is 135, right? And Zero Aura is 143.
Mega
It's 1
Pidgeot
speed
is
faster than
one-
Dragon Ball.
Is it 135?
I feel like
Isn't
it
it like
is.
is it 130? 131 maybe?
Oh, it's 121. Oh.
It's 121.
Huh.
Okay.
I really like Zero Aura and Mega Pidgeot together. I think that those two moves
yeah, I
are
agree.
just super good in tandem, especially because they both get pivot moves,
Mhm.
and they're both fast as shit.
It's very annoying for me because I've got like Rotom Cut on my team and like
Oh.
what does Rotom Cut do against this team? I can't exactly hit Volt Switch on Suicune or something. Ugh.
But you have to bring Rotom Cut for Suicune specifically, because
I'll
if you
figure out
don't,
something.
if you don't, you better find another way to solve that bitch. I love Tangrowth Heatran too. Just like picking 2 of these mons out is so easy and going, I like these 2 together. I like these 2 together.
Yeah.
And they're both so versatile because Tangrowth can be like passive sleep powder, or he can just be AV and be incredibly tanky for some reason, even though it has like 50 spit F.
Yeah, I think this is really well constructed because like Tangrowth is like, oh, you want to hit me with a fire type? Here's Heatran. You want me to hit me with a flying type? Here's Zero Aura. Like next, here's Shuckle. Like, what are you gonna do?
Oh, here's Sableye to prankster Willow you.
Yeah, now you can't hit hard. Like,
Okay, but outside of Sableye and Rapidash, fighting move?
Yeah, fighting moves do kind of punch through him. I mean, Dragalgy resists, but
How many?
yeah, exactly. It's not really eating 2 CCs, I don't think, from like a strong fighting type, or like even a
And, like,
mid-level fighting type.
And like, yeah, cool. Sableye comes in every time. You're right, and then just scares it out because, oh god, am I gonna get willowed? But like, it's just food for thought. Fighting might be a thing here.
yeah, but even if you let a Pokemon die and you send in Mega Pidgeot or G Rapidash to like then clean up, like it's okay.
Right, you
Yeah.
can
know,
get
you-
some
you've
momentum
got,
back
you've got
that way.
counterplay
Yeah, that's true.
if
Very
Sableye
true.
goes down.
Well, that's Dave's team. Like, obviously a disgusting Firewater Grass core. Everything's super big. And then he's got, like, the huge speed. And he found a ton of value in the lower picks. Very,
Ton of value.
Very scary team. Next up, Nijia, Taco Bell Sprout. Fantastic
Love
icon.
the icon. Love it.
Yeah, it's a very talented.
All right, moving on to the next team.
All
No,
right, so not fully evolved Mons. Let's have a talk about that.
Haunter, Gligar, and Fracture
And Magneton.
and Magneton. Oh my God, Nijia is Evolite, the team.
Yeah,
Well-
this is what happens when you take Victini Mega Lopunny and you're like, oh wait, and now I need to draft lower.
I disagree. James took 4 200s. 4.
That's true. You know, you're right, but also James took the last one pretty late in the draft. I mean, I totally.
Okay, he took 3 before drafting that many NFEs.
You're right. But my thing is, and you're right about the Eviolite situation. Like, the only Pokemon that's really gonna need to run the Eviolite is Gligar.
Right, that's something I wanted to bring up. Like, Magneton is a great Specs or Scarf target, as is
Yeah,
Haunter.
I love Scarf Magneton.
Okay. If
And
Nijia-
Haunter's like a decent Specs user. It's a decent Life Orb user.
And I'm sure Fracture gets Dragon Dance or something.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know who is in Nijia's division because I don't have the divisions up. But if one of you draft Crocodile and run Moxie Crook against this team, it's gonna shit on it.
Well, I don't know.
What wants those knockoffs, bro?
I guess Gligar's the only thing.
Yeah. Not a lot of things want to keep eating those
Vileplume.
knockoffs.
You're right. I mean, once Mega Lopunny goes down, definitely like that'll clean it up. But you're right. The team is definitely susceptible to Dark.
Just knockoff.
Looking at it more, yeah.
Not just like super effective dark moves, although there's a lot of them. Just like a lot of these mons don't want to lose their items.
Yeah, like Florges. I don't like Florges. I'll be that guy.
I fucking hate Florges. No, you're not being that guy. It's facts. Florges
It's
looks
too
so
passive.
good stat-wise. You look at its stats and it's like, why does it have that high special attack? Why does it have? I'm pretty sure it's got a fat special defense too. And then you look at its move pool and you go, oh, it gets like 6 moves.
Yeah, and it's
moving.
kind of always running Defog.
It's good wish support.
Yeah, that's true. I think Florges is too passive of a mon for my taste. Doesn't quite do too many different things. Speaking of stuff that does do different things, though, Victini.
Yeah.
Does everything. What do you want it to do?
Ooh,
Especially
boy.
as a Z captain. How do you want to blow someone up today?
And I love the two gigantic hitters being Z captains, both Victini and Haunter. Because like Haunter has 115 special attack, I'm pretty sure. You hit a never-ending nightmare, like when a tank is switching in. Ooh.
Yeah, Haunter is one of those NFEs that I'm like, yeah, I get it. Ghost type, decently fast, good secondary stab. But then I look at like Fracture. And I'm like, well, you could have been better off with almost anything else. Like Fracture is I need to complete my Dragon Fairy Steel core. But when your Steel's Magneton and your Fairy is Florges, you don't need to like settle for a Dragon type. Like you could just get a better Pokemon than Fracture.
Right. I don't think they're really complementing each other that much in terms of type coverage, just because they're kind of weak in terms of the defenses.
Yeah.
Obviously, Florges isn't, but Florges being a standalone tank and a Dragon Fairy Steel Core is a little.
I think
maybe
what
a little
bothers
sus.
me is that Altaria is still on the board.
Oh, did Altaria is 60 though, isn't it?
No, it's
Series
40.
of 40.
Ooh. Yeah. What are you doing?
Manus came into the draft, the thing, and said, if we don't move Mega Altaria up, I'm quitting. He didn't say anything about regular
Yeah,
Altaria.
but meanwhile, like I don't know, maybe Fracture is like a hey, I want to see if this works kind of pick,
dude.
and I'm not gonna shit on like fun, but also I think it's probably gonna be terrible and drop.
I think
after,
its
like, 2
bulk
weeks.
is okay, where like if that's your Evolite and you hit Swords Dance, A, it's not gonna die, and B, it's probably gonna kill something.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Smogon.
70
right now.
defense.
It's 66, 70, 50 bulk spread,
you
and
can-
67 speed.
I am less okay with this. Does it get Swords Dance?
It does.
Yeah, it gets
but it has 67 speed.
Swords Dance and Dragon Dance. That's decent.
What's its base attack?
117.
117.
Okay, with an Evolite, like, that's respectable. You get the Dragon Dance off, you're gonna go faster than some things.
Yeah, but you lose to like any Scarfer.
Fact.
I honestly think Altaria would be a fantastic addition to his team. You have like Natural Cure on your flying type. It's a very easy boots target. Like you're obviously not running boots on Glider. Well, okay, you may be on Driftblim. Sometimes on Victini, so there is some contention there. Mega Lopunny with Scrappy, he's not really worried about ghost types.
It's true. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that the team is good. Like we're kind of hyper focusing on like, or at least I am. I'm hyper focusing on like kind of the not so good points of the team. But like Mega Lopunny, Victini, Mamo, Milotic, like it's definitely a good team.
Oh yeah, like okay, 5 of the mons he's bringing every week are Mega Lopunny, Victini, Mamoswine, Milotic, and Florges.
You think?
I'd bring Vileplume. Hell yeah, bro! Vileplume is just getting in the way.
Yeah, that's a Nijia Pokemon. That's a staple right there.
And so is Driftblim. Just when he said he was drafting Driftblim, I was like, yep, that tracks. Okay.
I'm surprised he drafted Driftblim and then was like, oh, Haunter. Like, if you wanted an offensive ghost type, like...
I'm saying he's got a lot of Evolite targets, but like, Magneton could run the Choice Scarf. Haunter's obviously a Z captain here, so like, maybe he's gonna show us what the
He's gonna have weird off
NFEs could
items.
do. Yeah, maybe he can just really show us what the NFEs can do, and that we're all stupid for not taking 3 of them in one round or in one draft. 4 of them.
I wish I could pick 3 times in one round. Can we change the rules next season?
Well, I meant round as in. Like,
I know. Anyway, that's Nijia's team. Very weirdly lopsided, but again, a lot of giant expensive mons coming every game is spooky. Time for Thomas. Hail Hydreigon. Fantastic icon.
The icon. If Sheedge's icon wasn't a thing, Thomas is the best.
Oh man, Thomas's team. Oh.
Okay, so.
Oh, dude.
I like it.
I'm so glad I don't have to fight this. This is gonna be a nightmare to prep for.
Holy, like the more I look at it, the more terrified I get. I was like, Drac, you're overreacting. What's going on here? And then I was like, Registeel, Sylveon's there, and then I looked at Hydreigon and I thought, oh no, Gengar, Mega Pinsir, like where did all these Pokemon come from?
Web support in Vikavolt.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, no, absolutely not. I don't want to touch this thing. This is a great team. You're right that there's like kind of the there is like an overlap between Hydreigon and Gengar, like in the special attacker side, but like they're both very good. They both do different things. Like,
don't hit Earthquake on this team.
Or do hit Earthquake on this team.
No, he has two Levitate users. Three.
And Mega Pinsir and Tangela, who will take 0 damage.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously you got to try and hit Earthquake somewhere, but don't.
And he's
Just
gonna
don't.
throw a random balloon somewhere on like Blaziken. And he's
Balloons
just gonna set up on you.
Registeel? Come on.
But it doesn't help you eat the CC.
Listen, we're solving one problem at a time here. It's gonna be Balloons Gengar. Goddamn, taking Levitate away.
I'm kind of glad they took Levitate away from Gengar. That would be stupid.
I did warn Thomas, though, going back to that Hydreigon and Gengar together are going to be hard to slot together, but, like, he's got Mega Pinsir, Blaziken, and Lycanroc to hit things on the physical side, and Basculin. So, like, he's got offenses on both sides where it may not be that detriment to him.
Yeah, you know, Basculin can honestly go special sometimes. Like, his special attack is still 80 with adaptability. So you could slap some stuff with Scalds.
Yeah, but, like, Band-Aid,
Or Hydro Pump.
Adaptability, Liquidation, Aqua Jets are just... the
Oh,
main
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Super crucial. You're going to have to find some way to eat those.
But, like, seriously, though, Thomas was like, I don't want to get hit by Earthquake.
So who are his setters? His setters are like, okay, Pinsir, Lycanroc, Registeel, and Claydol. He's got good setters.
Yeah,
Vika for webs.
Is Stealth Rocks hard to fit on Mega Pinsir?
No, not really. I don't know. I don't think so personally. I think you really just need like return, quick attack, close combat.
I'm gonna change my question. Do you wanna have a turn where Mega Pinsir's out and you're hitting Stealth Rocks over literally any other move?
Maybe not Mega Pinsir, but you could certainly stay regular Pinsir.
Well, with regular Pinsir, right, but like he has Mega Pinsir, and I don't know if Pinsir's one of those mons that it does get Moxie.
Yeah,
Yep, sure does.
Yeah, exactly.
It does get Moxie before I say I don't know if it wants to stay regular, and Mold Breaker. So
Yeah.
Thomas doesn't want to hit Earthquake, get hit by Earthquake. He just wants to be able to hit Earthquake.
Mm.
No, it's a good team. I like what he did with it. You know, I love Blaziken. It's actually my favorite fire starter. I like his removal being Claydol. That's going to be a little interesting. Where's his other defog?
Yeah, Hydreigon gets defog. That's about it. Because Vikavolt doesn't get it.
Utility Hydreigon. Thomas did say he has some heat.
Yeah,
Hydreigon
you
plays.
can't really sleep on utility Hydreigon because it does get Roost. It is naturally very bulky. Its defensive typing is not the best, being like weak to U-turn, quad weak to Fairy. But I mean, it can still like punch holes and, you know, maybe like sub cause some distress.
What is his Fairy answer if he has to go against one of the offensive Fairies?
It's pretty much just Registeel, I think.
I agree. Because, like, Blaziken's only taken probably one.
Yeah, and Blaziken doesn't even resist, it's neutral.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not the largest defensively. So we'll have to see what Thomas does around some of the weaknesses, but it's a good team. It's very well put together.
Yeah.
It's gross. What are you talking about? It's oh yeah, it's decent, it's well put together. Yeah, I guess.
Because I
do
do not like Hydreigon and Gengar together. I think it's a lot of points for two mons who I get utility Hydreigon's a thing, but I look at Hydreigon and Gengar and I go, yeah, these mons pretty much do the same thing.
I think you're right to an extent that they do the same thing.
I get it.
But you
Hydreigon
can bring,
has more.
You can bring one or the other. Like you could bring a sub like toxic stall Gengar or something one week.
Yeah, man. He could always drop Gengar for Blissey. Wouldn't that be great?
Blissey Registeel. I get they're both weak to fighting, but you Oko one of them with a fighting.
Well, hey, Mega Pinsir quad resists, Sylveon resists, like Tangela will eat those easy. All right, that's enough of. That's enough of
no
that
ideas.
nonsense.
No more ideas.
That's Thomas's team. Very
It's a
scary.
ridiculous team.
Murphy, a day to rememorade.
Which Rob fucked up the icon for. Unless he fixed it, I can't tell.
What's fucked up about it?
Does it say a day to rememorade now?
Yes.
Because on the draft and up until like days ago, it just said a day to rememorade.
It says a day to rememorade.
Okay, my computer.
Rememorade. Why
Yeah.
is that so funny?
I love it.
All right, Tear Rain
All right.
with Mega Mawile.
I hate Murphy because he fucking sniped Piloswine from me and then ended up not taking or dropping it immediately.
I hate Murphy because he stepped on my toes. and he was like, "Listen, man, you're doing rain. No, I'm gonna do rain, and I'm
Bro.
gonna take Ludicolo, and I'm gonna take Hitmontop."
Bro,
And
he
I'm gonna
goes to
take-
me. I can't. He goes, let me know if Jim wants Ludicolo. And my first thought was, why the fuck would Jim want Ludicolo when he has Mega Swampert?
Yeah, I love Ludicolo. To be fair, it wasn't really on my radar. I'll admit, but watching him be his team card mascot
Does Murphy have to fight Mega Pidgeot?
makes me jealous.
Yes.
That's
Oh, God.
unfortunate for
Oh yeah,
him.
that's.
It already has no guard. Why are you worried about Rain Hurricane?
I'm
Well,
not
I
worried
mean,
about
Hurricane.
Hurricane. I'm just worried about Rillaboom, Polo, Masquerain.
Hitmontop.
Yeah, okay.
The team gets a little shredded by Hurricane, except for Heliolisk and Molt.
And you're not switching Mawile into moves. I don't care if you have a rain team and you're cool with them heat waves. You're not switching Mawile into a lot of moves.
Yeah, Mawile is pretty susceptible to chip, which is
No wish
thankful because
support
it at
here?
least has one weakness. Well,
I
Murphy
think
did
this
cover
team
both
is
of the actual
gross.
weaknesses.
It's a gross team. He's just got to be careful, especially. I mean, he's got Heliolisk there, so it probably is going to be Scarf Heliolisk to just hit the move, hit the 100% Thunder.
Look at the Masquerain. Dude, honestly, it's just the grassy terrain in combination with the rain and Mega Mawile. Like, it's just that
Yep.
thought, just Mega Mawile not being able to be hit, like, super
Murphy
effectively,
has been
just
talking about
makes me
this
sad.
strategy for like 2.5 seasons.
Yeah.
The terrain.
Yes, the terrain. He really wanted Pelipper, but you took it.
I don't know
Well-
how I feel about putting Rillaboom.
I mean, listen, Murphy, slide into my DMs. We'll see if we can make a deal. I don't know.
Dude, Murphy isn't even listening to us record right now,
No,
and I
he's-
promise you, like, he just like looked off into the distance. He was like, "What was that?
Yeah, he probably felt it.
Am I
Probably
supposed to
felt the
message Jim?
disturbance.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
Do I message Jim about Poliper right now?"
You're
So
totally right.
Murphy does have some good combinations to go with this rain, because Noivern obviously hitting those hurricanes is amazing.
Amazing.
Masquerain as well. Heliolisk can just slam Thunder, not even Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah.
Can we stop talking about how good his mons are and start talking about how Spirit Tomb fits almost perfectly in the
That's
thing?
really funny. Joe, you could have made the icon a little bit bigger.
Like it fits so good in that little box.
Can we get a version 2 of Murphy's team card where there's no negative space on the Spiritomb?
Yeah, I just want to see Spiritomb's eyes and mouth. I don't want to see the orbs. I just want to see him blown up all the way.
Like it almost looks like there's no lines around him, and that's just what Spirit Tomb looks like.
You're right. That looks great.
Dude, I'm looking at my division. I'm so thankful I have priority on my team, because so many of these mods would be problems without like a first impression.
He's got a lot of offense. Does he have a lot of defense? The double and Tim core is useful, but does he have a lot of defense?
I mean, he has something that can
Masquerain.
switch in and take a move now and then. Like, Politoed can switch in and eat a couple hits, so can Rillaboom. So can Mawile to a certain extent, as long as it's not a coverage mon.
Yeah. I mean, you're not exactly playing the long game with Rain and Mega Mawile, though.
Yeah, which
That's
is
true.
good though. That goes to Murphy's strategies. Like, terrain and rain don't last forever, so you just gotta make the most of the turns that you have.
Yep. He may have trouble with stall, maybe, but I mean, I think his team is very well crafted. So
That's
For sure.
that's what I was gonna say. If Murphy happens to get to a team that is just big that he can't break through, he's probably gonna lose the game just because he doesn't have a lot of longevity.
I'm excited. I want to see terrain work.
Yeah, I'm
That's
intrigued.
what I want.
It's gonna work a couple of games, and we're gonna be like, "This is so
Does it
stupid."
have to be grassy terrain for him, or like would any of the terrains have worked?
Well, the grassy terrain specifically did neuter the earthquakes for Mawile.
Yeah, that's
And
for a
Nidoking.
while.
And it'll
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Nidoking.
man.
And Heliolisk.
Look at it. He's been thinking.
that's relying a lot on that grassy terrain. Let's hope you don't lose Rillaboom to a
Well,
hurricane.
he's got Noivern, he's got Masquerain, he's got Musharna.
Yeah, Ludicolo can switch into a ground move. Like
I
Ludicolo's
really
quite
don't
big,
like
right?
Noivern hitting 100%.
Ludicolo's big on the special side. It's not hugely physically big, but it'll take, like 30% or whatever.
It also gets Rain Dish too, if he doesn't want to run a Swift Swim.
Yeah, I
but
know Murphy's
you're
big on
never-
like the Joe set of Rain Dish Leech Seed leftovers.
I can't believe I'm looking at a Rain team where
that's it.
Ludicolo is the fucking Swift Swimmer.
That set is so Gen 3, it's not even funny.
All right, I
I
think
like
that wraps it up about from Murphy's team. Oh, another thing, Spiritomb, not the Z Captain. Z Memento
Wait, hold on. Who? Oh, Ludicolo is the
Yeah.
cap.
is
I
the
was
cozy
hold on.
cap.
Listen,
Got it.
this is the season where people don't want to kill their own Pokemon to get something into the 100%, or just get something into the 100% off a Z move.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to go wrong though when you just I'm gonna hit this high base power stab move.
It's just hard to go wrong.
All right, that's Murphy's team. Terrain, Scary, Bick, Young Graveler.
Imagine drafting one of every type of starter.
Did he?
Yes!
He did. Yeah, Cinderace, Empoleon, Serp. Huh.
We didn't. Fun fact: we've talked about banning Mega Mawile. We didn't have regular Mawile on. I had to put it on there.
yeah, that wasn't on the dock. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to say that's an oversight because that just means that nobody's ever taken it. But like, it's good to see Bick take something like Mawile and not something like Spinnerack. Or like,
I am not surprised that Bick is one of
or some other BS.
Well,
Like,
Mawile's not even an
Spinnerack
NFE
can have
though.
Focus Sash webs, like I guess. Oh, actually, does Spinnerack even get webs? I don't even think it does.
Probably not.
I feel like it doesn't.
If you take Spinnerack before you take Ariados, I'm gonna bitch slap you.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I mean,
Back on topic, I don't
Yeah.
know how I feel about Zygarde and Cinderace being his two S tiers. But I mean, they're both really fucking scary Pokemon, so...
I
Yeah,
think
well-
Zygarde is like, super broken in draft. But obviously Cinderace has its merits as well. I don't love like physically frail 200s usually. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to pay that many points for like offense like that.
What's taking fighting type moves on this team? Aromatisse and Mispirit?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's uncomfortable.
Double glare though. That's annoying to say the
That's
least.
real. And it's like semi-fast glare. Like Zygarde before the D-Dance is still kind of
95. That is fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's, ow. That's
Something
fucking
I'm
annoying.
noticing as well is the relative lack of hazard removal and susceptibility to it.
He's got Defog on Empoleon
And Rotom.
and
And Rotom, yeah.
That's it.
Rotom.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all he's
Court
got.
change, I guess.
Court change, sure.
I feel like court change
Yeah.
is just a meme though.
I feel like court change would be so cool if it was on more Pokemon that wasn't this stupid bunny.
How
Court
dare you
change
talk about
is
that man
probably
like that.
great if you like know your opponent's strategy is just to stack hazards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like relying on your opponent to do something instead of just clicking like
Yeah.
bulk up and high jump
Yeah.
kick and
Court change is a move that you might bring once in your 10 games, 9 games.
I'm trying to think of what other Pokemon makes sense for like to learn court change, but I digress. I think that this team, I like Zygarde. Mega Glalie is really cool. I'm a fan of Drapion, but I don't know, something about it. Is there like a common weakness here? Am I looking at like
It's fighting and ground. He's got
fighting ground?
He's got
Yeah.
2 levitate mons and he's got 2 things that resist fighting. Outside of that, his team does not want to deal with those 2 types. I mean, and kinda ice. Kinda. Not really, only 2 mons,
Well,
but still.
Yeah, I mean Napoleon quad resist. He's got 2 just regular ice types.
I take the ice back. I just looked at Zygarde and Superior sitting next to each other and I was just like, oh,
Well, you're
ice.
right though. They don't want ice moves, and
Yeah, he does
Empoleon is only
fine
going to eat
versus
stuff for
ice
so long.
Yeah, but then you have Mawile and Aromatisse can eat, and so can Rotom, and I don't know.
Aromatisse is also going to wish pass the shit out of this team and make it even more.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy to see some longevity on this team because
I'm excited to see Bick and Drac in the same division because I'm so ready for you two to just calc some ridiculous bullshit and predict your teams wrong because you're both calculating for ridiculous bullshit.
yeah, it's gonna be I put 8 points or I put 8 EVs into speed, and Bick's gonna be like, well, I put 12. Well, I put 16. Like,
Dude, you joke, but that's a real thing. Speed
I know.
creeping for the meta speed creep.
I know, I know.
I did that to M1 once. I remember doing that, but like, no, you two being the calcers of the league. Like, I get everybody runs calcs, but no, you two run the calcs. I'm just ready for you two to just try and prep some ridiculous bullshit and get each other's teams wrong.
It'll be interesting. I think Aromatisse is kind of the cornerstone of Bick's team because,
So good.
yeah, like that wish passing and swapping into the fairy type when you've got like Empoleon and Zygarde as your complementary pieces to the core. Ooh.
Does he have 3 Pokemon that can give him screens in a row? Is it
Rotom,
Rotom,
Mesprit.
Mesprit, and Aromatisse?
Yeah.
That's actually scary.
I bet Glalie gets like only light screen or something ridiculous.
It gets at least a screen, and I'd also argue that Superior probably gets a screen. So there's like lots of screen
Superior
possibility on
definitely
this team.
gets, I think, screens. I think it gets both. Oh god.
Yeah,
Okay.
Glalie gets
Did
light
we
screen.
just,
but not
I'm
like-
using Google.
Did we just like out Bick? was that his whole plan the whole time was to
No,
draft?
Bick's aware of screens.
No, out him as in like give it up that he has all of the
Oh.
Pokemon with screens.
Superior does get screens. I think Superior is a great screen setter. I don't know.
Yo, low key, that's Bick's whole strategy is just to get screens out.
Like you just
Zygarde
click
and
Leaf
Cinderace.
Storm, both screens, and then you select between like glare and knockoff, and
Or
you're good.
substitute.
I'm way
or
s-
Leech Seed.
I'm way more scared of like the double glare because like you
Yeah.
get something that because Zygarde switches into you, right, and you don't really have a good counter, and you have to swap out to your tank, and all of a sudden it's glared. All of a sudden he hits substitute with leftovers. He's coiling.
Or Dragon Dancing.
Yeah.
He's winning. He's winning.
He's winning. Stop.
Good thing you can't draft the Mon with Glaciate. He fucking has it.
Well, that sure is Bick's team.
He's got a lot of things that change his stab. Hold the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, Cinderace.
Galvanize?
Oh yeah, Glaciate.
Like, damn! Alright, I see you. I see you,
That's
Bick.
fun. He's got decent hazards as well. Like Empoleon gets rocks, Glalie gets spikes.
Maybe that's why he didn't draft a lot of defunct. Because he doesn't want to get rid of his own shit.
Well, I think he has great defuckers as well.
He's got 2?
He's got. This doesn't Mesprit also? No, Mesprit doesn't get defog. Well, I don't know.
I don't think the Lake Spirits get debugged. They get bonkers moves, I don't think. Is that the one with 150 in both? No, that's
None of them.
the yellow one. Yeah, the yellow one has 150 defenses.
That's Uxie and it has like 130.
I thought it was 50 HP,
No.
150 both.
No, that's like
Or is that
Registeel
Diancie?
stats.
No, Registeel is 80 HP. I'm thinking of Diancie.
Yeah,
Diancie's
yeah,
150,
Diancie.
both defenses 50 HP.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, that's Bick's team. The speed has a really good distribution, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because you step down from like, okay, that's 119 on Cinderace to like 113 on Serp, 100 Glalie, 95 on Zygarde.
And Drat.
Yeah, and Drapion.
And,
Then Rotom has
Dragon Dance and
86.
Agility Access.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mesprit's like 85.
Yeah, no,
so he slight decline.
And
No,
you know,
he-
Golem has -4.
This is a pretty good team.
I mean,
excited
Bick
to
is,
see
Bick is a
it
great
work out.
drafter and battler, so
What do you guys know? Bick drafted a good team. Surprise.
surprise, surprise. Young
Look at
Graveler.
the young Graveler.
I like the ring on the one hand.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah, the ring
90%
really makes
sure that Bick told me how he wanted his team card, like his icon done, and in the shuffle of getting everything else done, I just never sent it to Rob, so I don't even know if that's what Bick wanted as.
I think it looks great.
Well, Bick can always just make his own if he wants a replacement.
That's true.
Anyway, that does it for Bick's team. We're moving on. Kyle, pushing Pichu.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I hate it.
Why do we let him do this?
Why does he do this every time?
Why? Like, he doesn't have an S tier Pokemon because he doesn't fucking need one.
Corviknight, Conk, Hatterene.
Dude, that's a
done.
pretty nuts first three.
I'm done.
Does he not have a Dragon type or
Nope.
a Fairy type? No, he has
How
Hatterene.
does the
Hatterene.
fairy?
He has Hatterene, okay.
A lot of teams without dragon types this season, I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Or their dragon type is Fracture.
And Kyle's doubled up on quite a few types as well. Like he's got the
Yeah.
double dark with Mandibuzz,
Flyings,
and Zoroark.
Scales,
Two waters.
two
two
I was
steals.
actually really surprised when he told me he wanted Corviknight Mandibuzz because they're like kind of. I mean, I don't want to say they're the same, but they can kind of fill the same slot.
I think I hate the fact that Zoroark is on this team. I think it's like, hey, you want to hit poison jet, or you want to hit close combat against what you think to be, I don't even know, just like barbarical, or I don't know how Zoroark works. I'm trying to come up with a situation
He
where
disguises
I honestly
Conk
don't
and he
think
hits Psychic.
Zoroark is great
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
Who is his Mon? Hey, I'm weak to Psychic types. Bait. Oh, Roserade?
Yeah, like
Well,
Roserade and Conk.
Elder.
Oh, and Conk. Duh. See, I always forget about the big Mon.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to get at, but my word soup didn't come out correctly.
And you know what? Even Corviknight comes in on those Psychics pretty goddamn religiously.
Yeah, Corviknight
Oh, yeah.
is gross.
And Hatterene.
Yeah.
Corviknight's disgusting.
I kind of think there's a bit of lack of hazards on Kyle's team. Like you got Roserade
got-
with spikes, T-spikes, and I think Barbaracle's the only setter.
No. Doesn't Corviknight get rocks?
No,
I don't think
no,
so.
it does not.
What?
Yeah, there's a
Wow.
lot of weird differences, like in the steel flying types.
Yeah.
I just assume that every bird gets rocks.
Or every steel type. Yeah, every steel type should get rocks, but that's not how it works.
This team is weird because it's like Kyle, so he's
Honestly,
disgusting, but like this is another team. What's
it's
the big? I'm afraid of this.
right. Well, I think that's actually an advantage for Kyle in team building because he's got this very like evenly distributed team where he's got a bunch of mid tiers and you don't know what's gonna come. It's not like James's team where you're like, okay, I'll prep for the 4 200s.
Yeah.
This team is like, ooh, which birds are you bringing, Mandibuzz or Corv? Ooh, because I kind of got to prep separately for each of them.
Like he has Volt Absorb there, and he has
no ground type though with the
no
double
ground
bird.
but he's got Roserade and Lantern. They'll live. The Roserade's got a fat special defense, but if you throw it in Saltfest on it.
That's
I mean,
true.
Roserade is also great for just like Rest Natty Cure.
Rest Natty Cure is a fucking meme, and I cannot believe we haven't seen it more. Also, I want to take a moment and talk about how Kyle's logo has a bunch of thug-ass Pichus on it, and it's hilarious.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on with his icon,
I
other
had
than the
to
fact that it's
ask him-
literally.
There's like a meme pushing P, and then it's like a stick figure pushing a flatbed like that with a bunch of like P's on it, like literally the letter P. I don't know. I'm like 30 now. I can't keep up with the times.
I think it's a joke about selling Percocet, but
Oh, that's fun. Okay, that makes sense.
I think that's my first take on it. I mean, maybe I'm not.
Just broke my brain.
Maybe
Like I
I'm not
dropped
hip
what
and
was in my
cool.
hand.
Maybe I'm not like hip and cool with the times, but I mean
That makes
that's
a lot
what
of sense.
that's
I mean,
what
he
see
got
it
he
as.
got those 2 championships somehow.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah, you know what? We can talk about this all we
Somebody
want.
stop it.
He's got 2 championships.
He's pushing Pichu. Look
You know,
out.
he's got a lot of things that are weak to fire, and then like things that it's so balanced. And then, are you guys ready for him to hit Trick Room on Hatterene and then sending Conkeldurr, and then their opponent's gonna shit their pants?
Yeah, dude, Hat is like unironically the best Trick Room setter because you cannot even taunt it because of Magic Bounce, and it's real bulky.
Yeah, and then Conkeldurr gets Drain Punch and Guts, and I don't like it.
Hey, and if Trick Room runs out, you got Mach Punch.
If Trick Room runs out and Conkeldurr's on your opponent's team is probably shredded.
Yeah, that as well.
I like this.
not
team.
having a
I
good
hate it, but I like it.
Isn't Persian also like crazy fast, like 115 or something?
It's 115, yeah.
Yeah. Good fake out, U-turn, knockoff, play rough. That's the 4 moves he's going to bring every time.
Random Battles has that thing have a choice band.
Yeah, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Those fake outs do
A double edge, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
oh,
you can. I bet you could even go Silk Scarf some weeks. Like, you just boost that fake out in return.
Yeah.
Does he have 2 birds to make up for the fact that not a lot on his team wants to take that Earthquake?
I mean, possibly.
Because,
I
like,
think that might have been the logic with Mandibuzz. He might have seen like a whole.
because, like, really, what is he switching into Earthquakes outside of his 2 birds?
Right. It is just the 2 birds. You're right.
That's it. And if he's in Bix division, which he's not, I don't think, that'd be a crazy.
1,000 arrows, baby.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But that might be the reasoning behind the double birds. Is just like Earthquake, one of the most spammable moves in the game, and he's got 2 mons that come into it.
Is Earthquake one of the most spammable moves in the game?
I think it's base 100 attack, or
Yeah.
the base power at 100 makes up for the fact that sometimes it won't be stabbed.
And
Sure.
also, everything gets Earthquake.
Yeah.
You're
so.
surprised when you look at the Smogon page and they don't have Earthquake.
Yeah, no, I think it's just, I mean, you're right, everything gets it, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's base 100. Like, that's just good enough where you don't exactly need stab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about Kyle's team. I think he's gonna have to just be a prep monster with this team and bring the correct 6 every time, and then.
I think he's gonna do it.
Well,
And I
yeah.
think you were right.
I
Jack,
think
where
he's gonna do it.
I think you were right where you were like, yeah, but what 6 is he bringing? Because, yeah, but what 6 is he bringing?
Because I can see games where each and every single one of these mons comes. Like, it's
And I can
not.
see games where he doesn't need to bring each one. Like, it works
Yeah,
both ways.
for sure.
While there's not like a lot of super expensive mons on this team, it's just a team of 11 good Pokemon.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Kyle has in store. Let's keep going though. Next up is me, Takeshi's
You?
cast form. It's
How do you
Drac's
like
team.
your icon? How do you like your icon?
I like it a lot.
Good, because I did not know what he was going to do with this.
Why?
Um,
Why?
Why what?
Why? You took Kecleon from me.
What?
I didn't think anybody wanted that thing. I was gonna take it round 9.
Drac.
I took it second to last. You
Drac,
could have
you-
taken it round 9. What's up? What's up, Mike?
You want to talk about how your household's the only household who took advantage of the double mega?
Yeah, I did notice that.
Are you the only one?
Yeah,
No,
only,
him
me and
M1
M1.
the roommates.
Me and M1.
Okay. Oh,
were
household.
roommates.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the only 2 that took advantage of the double mega rule.
Kind of hilarious.
I vibe with it. I think that these 2 megas make it happen because of the regenerator.
This when you guys announced the double mega rule, this is the first thing my mind went to. Oh, Slowbro and Audino. But
yeah, it is.
they're
this
already
is
a great combo
definitely-
together. Like, oh, one of them gets to mega.
Yeah,
I get to
there's a lot
decide.
going on here that I don't like. I mean, I like if I had the team.
You would love to pilot it. You don't want to prep for it.
Exactly. Like I hate the idea, and obviously, you know, I give you ideas, whatever. But like, I hate the idea that there's a toxic mon like Salazzle on this team, and then there's Slowbro and Audino.
No. A fast corrosion toxic mon.
Yeah.
We are
Said-
underplaying Salazzle and its ability to just, bro. He's got Levitate and Salamence. Like,
Yeah.
I fucking hate this team
And
looking
yep,
at it.
Slowbro eats EQs all day too.
Yeah, it does. And you
Yep.
can't crit him once he's mega. Yeah. Yep. Drac went from don't toxic me last season to I'm probably gonna toxic you.
yeah. To you get toxic.
Also love when I think of Durant, I think of Drac. Durant is a very Drac Pokemon in my mind.
Dude, I love Durant. I'm glad I got to fit him on.
Especially
the team
Z-Move Durant. Z-Move Hustle is also
busted.
under.
I've been talking
utilized.
about this every season. Z
Yeah.
Hustle is busted. I don't know why more people don't do it.
Yeah. I'm Mike, and I approve this message.
I hate hustle. That's why. And I realize it bypasses it. I know, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one time I'm gonna click the move, then the rest of the game, the mon lets me.
Yeah,
down.
you're gonna
Like,
you're gonna miss a first impression and lose the game off that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
So you're
gonna get a hustle miss at some point in this season and feel very very sad about it.
No. You're gonna get a reckless high jump kick miss.
Who do I have that has reckless high jump kick?
Got Hitmonlee.
Does it get reckless?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
sick.
another ability.
Well, I know it gets
Everybody just runs unburdened about it and kind of forgets about reckless, probably because the negatives to missing HJK. But you could also just run like reckless weakness policy HJK. And
yeah,
then,
I mean,
I'm
a big fan of
fan
weakness
of
policy.
White Herb close combat.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
for
the White Herb
unburdens.
curse set is sick.
Yeah, White Herb Curse. Yep. That's a big smoking random battle.
Dude,
But,
I like Sneasel too. I think Sneasel is
I think
a
Sneasel's
really good
underrated.
NFE.
I think we were talking about Sneasel in the tier list call, and you guys are like, "Oh, Sneasel's terrible." I'm like,
Yeah, I
"No,
fucking
no,
hate
this
it.
thing." I was like, "This thing has 115 base speed. It gets Ice Shard. I don't know. I like
Why
it."
are you telling me it
It
has a
has
high
two good-
speed and then a priority move?
It has two very good stab typings in with
gets
stab knockoff, stab icicle crash, axle, or ice shard.
Listen, I love Weavile. I do not like Sneasel.
Sneasel's just budget Weavile.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna do things with it, but Don Fan also gets Ice Shard, so come on now.
Donphan doesn't hit as hard as Sneasel though.
Sorry, Donald Fan. We're not.
Donald, it is
like
Donald Fan. You're right. Thank you for correcting the name.
I don't know if I put that. Did I put that? That's what you drafted.
You wrote that in the draft chat. I don't know if you put it
That's
in
what
the
I
doc.
thought. No, I meant in the draft chat. I put Donald Fan. Yes.
And hey, I've even got Mega Gym. Although
You
this
do have
season
Mega
it's maybe Mega Gym.
Maybe.
It's possibly Mega Gym.
I'm actually surprised I ended up getting all the types this season, to be quite honest, because I didn't have a super solid plan going in other
Did you
than
say all of the types?
yes.
You have every single type on that team?
Yes.
Where's your bug type?
Where's your
it's
ghost
like
type?
where's
Where's
my
bug
ghost type? Oh, I don't have a ghost type, you're right.
Damn.
Okay, you're okay. I missed one.
Oh,
No,
Durant's your
Kecleon's
bug
the
type.
ghost type. Kecleon's the ghost type.
All right. All right.
Okay, ghost
You're
is the
right.
type
I
I'm
mean-
missing.
Sort of. He's as close to a ghost type as you're gonna get in this team.
Although this team doesn't super struggle with fighting, I don't think. So I'm not
I
super
mean
worried
you got the
about
mega slow
missing
bro.
ghost.
Altino even eats it.
Like Salamence comes in on fighting types.
Salamence. Yeah. You're
You also get banded first impression.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be running Z Crystal most weeks, but
Yeah.
Banded Durant, even Scarf Durant with Hustle, it's like budget Gorilla Tactics. Or Gorilla Tactics, but you roll a die every single time.
Just hope you don't miss the dual wing beat and or Draco. Just run wide lens Salamence.
Yeah, and still miss the 99%.
Yeah, this team is scary, and I know what you can do with it. It's one of these teams that is drafted for versatility.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, a lot of
Because-
these mons do multiple shit. Lots of things happening.
Yeah, I think the only one note mon is Durant, honestly, because he's just gonna hit you hard with the Z move.
Yeah, but that one note's really loud.
yeah. I'm happy
It's also
with this team.
fast.
109.
That's fast.
I've got ideas cooking already for my week 1 match, so we'll
It's
Okay.
a good.
see
Yeah,
where
I
it
got
goes.
ideas too. Fucking hang myself. What?
I'm fighting both of you in the conference cup, so
Oh, I know. Oh, I
I'm very well
know.
aware of how my conference cup shaked out. Thank you.
Yeah, we already put fucking Manus out on the lawn to sleep. He's not allowed in our house anymore. In the commissioner house.
oh, what? I didn't even see Manny's. Did Manny give himself a very comfortable conference cup?
Man, let me find out. Let me find out.
I didn't even look. I was too busy.
Okay, well, while you're
crying.
scheming, that'll do it for my team.
Manny has Dave, Rob, and James.
Okay. I mean, you can't sleep on any of them, so
No, that's true.
you can't sleep on anyone in this league, to be quite honest. Anyway, my team.
Yeah, nobody's
M1's turn.
outright bad.
Azumarill
M1,
Dio.
Team name, icon, fire. Did M1 ever draft speed? Because okay, we've got Mega Aerodactyl or regular Aerodactyl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've got regular Aerodactyl. We've got
Starmie, Tauros.
Starmie. I think Ninetales is 109.
Why is
No,
Ninetales
not.
here?
There's no. Ninetales is just 100, I think.
Oh, Alolan Ninetales?
Alolan Ninetales is one.
Oh, okay.
Why is Ninetales here?
Why not?
Obviously, to.
It's a 40-point fire type. That's fast
yeah.
with Drought.
It's probably
I'm
flat
not-
fire for Ferrothorn.
It's also Drought for Ferrothorn.
Well,
That works both ways.
Flash fire. It said,
So-
hey, try your best.
I'm scared. I'm interested to see what M1 does with this slow fucking team.
Well, I think he might need to use some like week 1 or week 0 trades and pickups because his only Trick Room setter is Starmie.
Starmie gets Trick Room?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I also don't know how I feel about Mega Ampharos. I've never used it, so I'm sure it's a lot better
I
than...
want to see it do some things. I like its design so much,
Yeah.
and I want to see it utilized.
Plus Electric Dragon, that's such a baller typing.
Yeah, it is.
It is. And then it gets Mold Breaker, which it really just gets around Lightning Rod, which, it resists anyway. So
No,
you're going to
just-
hit a Dragon
just-
move next. Or you can
Very-
maybe Toxic. You could Toxic Sableye, which he already drafted, so...
I
He's
think
got
the,
a bit of an
the
electric
triple
problem.
water type is strange to me.
Yeah,
Ooh,
he's
yeah.
got a water problem. And put Articuno in there with the triple water type.
Yeah, so his Electric resists are Sandaconda, Pharaoh, and Mega...
Okay.
I just said her name.
Mega Ampharos.
Ampharos, thank you.
But are you gonna run Mega Ampharos when your defensive core would just be normal Sableye and Ferrothorn? I was
Good
terrified of just Ferrothorn and Mega Sableye together is fucking terrifying.
Oh, that is absolutely astounding hazard
That's-
control.
That's just terrifying. You killed him.
Dude.
Just killed him.
It's a little bit sad for M1 because he RNG'd into the division with Mega Lopunny.
Oh, rip. Yeah, but you can't put the protective pads on Mega Lopunny, so
That's
that's
true.
that's the easiest fake out Rocky Helm Iron Barbs. You just took 50% of your health and damage, maybe 20.
I mean, against this team though, you're just hitting CC. What are you scared about? Azumarill doesn't eat them forever.
It's this
Yeah,
think
but
F1
I mean,
needs
then you're
to
at
be
-1, and Aquajet can.
I think what happened was M1 woke up and gave me all of his picks, and I don't know if he had them boarded out or whatever, but I don't know
He might
How
have
much?
speedran some of his picks.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how well how much thought went behind this. I'm not trying to say he didn't think about his team. I'm interested. It's a very weird layout.
There's 6 Gen 1 Pokemon on this team. That's not
Oh,
something
hell
to,
yeah.
Yo, fuck you, Tauros
go
is great.
crazy about. But I'm just saying, there's 6 of them.
Tauros
Tauros
is great.
fire.
There's 8 generations, and there are 6 Gen 1 Pokemon.
Honestly, a little
Like-
based.
His average speed might only be 60.
Well, I don't know. He's got Aerodactyl though.
Yeah, but I mean, Azumarill's
65.
50, Sableye's 20,
Sableye's so slow.
Sandaconda is
Dude, I remember,
40
oh
or
god, when I had
something.
Mega Sableye last season, there was something I was like, oh, can I speed creep this with Sableye? And you needed to go almost full speed to speed creep. I was like, nah, not worth it.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You always
Um,
want the bulk.
That being said, with the double Mega Strat, Sableye is one of the better Megas to do a double with because you don't really
For the
need to
prankster.
Mega that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree with that. I think that Mega Ampharos isn't one of those Pokemon that you want to do the double Mega Strat with, though. On the complete
Yeah.
flip side, because regular Ampharos, I love him in my Gold and Silver playthrough, but
I would
don't
think he'd more readily go Mega Aerodactyl or something. Just because.
yeah, that would be good. Because Aerodactyl's also a Pokemon you can run non-Mega.
Right. It can
And it
still
would
do
be
fast
effective.
taunt, fast rocks, that sort of thing. And then you get Tough Claw's dual wing beat.
Yeah.
That's sick. Also, Azumarill. Gross. I'm surprised Azumarill's not the regular Z or alright, he only gets the cozy captain.
Only
So
gets the
never
one.
mind.
Which
I was
is
like-
another interesting pick. Why go double mega?
I think he just wanted to try out the cool new strat.
Yeah,
And there's
I mean,
nothing really wrong with
I'm
that.
totally about the playing around and experimenting with it. If I had more points, I would have gone double mega as well, just because I didn't have any ideas for who I wanted my Z captains to be.
Yep. I mean, I think M1 still has like pretty good synergy, and despite his team being mostly slow, his fast mons are quite fast. So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll see how it shapes out. That does it for Azumarill Dio. Mike, the gang solves the commissioner crisis.
I love that.
Your team has a lot of colors, a lot of spikes. There's a lot going on. I don't know.
So I both love and hate my team in true Mike fashion.
I also just hate your team.
I absolutely see comfort Mike mons on this team. I see a Dragedian and Miltank. And I'm like, yeah, Mike drafted this team.
It's 2.
Yeah, they're extremely you though. Volcanion is also extremely you, and
I took Volcanion to prove a point, and that I'm not going to be able to prove, because if I couldn't prove that Dragapult isn't a bannable Pokemon, I'm not going to be able to prove that Volcanion is a 160 Pokemon, even though it is, Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have Miltank on there too, right?
I do have Miltank.
how has Miltank been 60 for this long?
Because it's a 60-point Pokemon.
All right.
Like, I don't know. I like your team. I think that I really like, even though they're both weak to electric, I love Galarian, Zapdos, and Skarmory next to each other.
Electric was definitely a big issue, especially with my first 3 picks being
Volcanion.
Zapdos, Skarmory, and Volcanion.
Yeah. But I mean, you covered for it with 2 dragons, Tapu Bulu,
Lightning Rod
Mega
and regular
Manectric.
Manectric.
Yeah, as I said when we were doing the draft, like, if I actually get a lot of what I'm planning here, my team will come together. But it was definitely one of my first drafts for my first 3 Pokemon. If I was looking at that, I would have went, what the hell is happening right now?
I feel like something that happens to me a lot is I'll draft like my first 6 and I'll be like, oh wait, all of them are weak to freeze dry. And then I'll have to like retroactively like, okay, 7, 8, 9, like a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of patchwork. But I think that you're right that your draft kind of came together.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get screwed rounds 5 through 8. I thought I was going to lose Miltank, Weezing, or Druddigan. I just did not see me getting all 3 of those. And then I ended up getting screwed rounds 9 through 11. Just, it was awful. Rob, Jack, and somebody else didn't even take me out to dinner first.
I really like all your hazards on your team. You've got anybody could run hazards. Like Skarm, Drud, Miltank, Doug Trio even.
Weezing gets toxic spikes too, doesn't it?
Yeah, Skarm gets regular spikes.
I really like Bulu there, complementing Volcanion and Mega Manectric.
That's nice as well.
Orbeetle, I'm very excited to use this season.
Yeah, you got webs.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't let me down.
And Orbeetle is just big as shit.
Yeah. I will say that Jim and Mario sold me on Zapdos during our commissioner talk. It's like, wow, that really is a good Pokemon. You're right.
Yeah, I paid for 40 points more for worse Zapdos, but
Halucha?
No, I'm joshing, but no, I think that your team is another team that's like, hey, you know, all of these mons can do a million different things. Miltank can do a million different things. Skarmory can. Bulu can run a whole bunch of different sets. Weezing can.
Oh, I can't wait for the week that Mike runs Screen Seed Bulu.
First of all, I've run Whirlwind Bulu, so don't tempt me. Second of all, I also really like, not to toot my own horn, but 3 of my tanks have natural.
Hey, what?
Miltank, Skarmory, and Orbeetle all get Roost, Milk Drink, and Recovery.
Oh, Recovery.
Oh, natural recovery, yeah. You
like
cut out for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, like I love that about.
I thought you were like 3 of my tanks have natural cure, and
I thought that's what he was saying too.
I was like, well, Mike, I hate to break it to you, none of your tanks have natural cure.
And hey, you got you got your tox immunities as well with Skarm and Weezing.
Yeah.
I have Water Absorb, Sap Sipper, and Lightning Rod.
You're not getting hit, bro. And you got 2 flying types. ground types ain't gonna do nothing. You got
Yeah, you actually have a ton of
Dark type.
immunities.
yeah, ground type. You're chilling. Your team's cool.
I'm still scared shitless of James. Just James and
Yeah.
Sheedge. Just my division. As per usual, I'm shitless of my division. But
I'd
I
also
like.
be scared of Fion too.
Fuck Fion!
Dude,
Zapdos.
Imagine
Yeah, Zapdos.
Fion. Imagine Fion just
Zapdos.
6-0's Mike, with like the Calm Mind Rain Dance set.
I would be surprised if that thing even got Calm Mind.
It might not.
Wait.
Fion gets,
If I lose to Fion with Volcanion, I'm gonna quit this game.
Toxic stalling is a real thing.
I can Toxic Stall him too.
Dude, you
He
want to hear
gets
something
radiant
crazy?
hydration? I don't know.
You want to hear
Oh,
something
shit.
crazy? Fion is faster than Volcanion.
Oh, I
Is
can't.
Volcanion base 70?
Yes, it is.
Really? That pawn sucks.
Shit, and he gets Energy Ball for the neutral hits, and I don't get anything to hit him super effective.
Uh-huh.
I don't like this.
That's what
I
I'm
might
We did
rescind
it.
my statement.
We did it, Jim. We made him scared of Fion.
Yeah, good. You could always trade out Volcanion for literally anything else. You could trade it for like Oranguru. It's an upgrade. Anyway,
First of all, I almost drafted Oranguru to try and.
I don't blame you actually. That
Dragon
Pokemon's
Bolt's
not that bad.
It's a real problem. Somewhere I have Trick Room on this team too. Don't remember where it is.
Or Beetle.
Yeah, or beat
Oh, that's where it is. Yeah. So like Guzzlord in Trick Room.
Guzzlord is also disgusting tanky.
It's fucking huge. I did not realize until LCD was like, yo, the thing's large. It does look like something that I'd see on a Nickelodeon. I don't know why I think that, but just like I look at that Pokemon and I'm like, that could be in a Nickelodeon show.
He's quite cartoonish.
You know what? It looks like a Nickelodeon like commercial, like from the 90s. There's like some animation. Like I know exactly what you're picturing.
Yeah, like
And I know exactly what you're picturing. But
Yeah.
it's some Nickelodeon commercial like from the 90s. I'm telling you. But you're right. You're right.
I'm excited. This is a fun team. I drafted a very fun team. I didn't get sniped. It was good. Well, my defensive core didn't get sniped.
Your icon is just the Always Sunny title card.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the easiest icon
specifically
in
asked
the
Rob
world.
for that. I told Rob weeks ago. I'm like, bro, listen. You need to make the icons, but this time I'm gonna make it easy for you because last time I made him draw Dracovish holding a Saxon.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a
That
sick
was great.
icon though.
Yeah, it was, and I'm still tilted that it was an Electron.
Eh, you can't win
That's
them all.
on me. You can't win them all, but no, fun team. The
Great
Gangsters
team.
Commissioner Crisis made me laugh. As soon as Joe promoted me, I messaged him a couple weeks later. I'm like, does this make sense? And he's like, I get it. And I was like, that's all that mattered.
Well, that is your team, Mike. Excited to see what you do with it. Not excited to see what Volcanion does, but
You guys suck.
Me neither.
next up, Rob. Cream of the Rob crop.
Love this.
Look at
Wow,
this team.
this is a disgusting team, except
Yeah,
for cast form.
Fuck you. He's in a division with 2 different weather setters. Maybe 3.
All right, you know what? Maybe he's sick. Maybe he's a genius.
We were driving in the car about the smoke, and I'm like, Rob, go tell me your division real fast. Is it the one with all the weather? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and you need an 11th Pokemon. Yeah. Rob, take cast form. Oh, you're right.
There's it's funny because like you look at this team and I at first am like none of this fits together, and I don't know if it's because of like the designs of the Pokemon or what it is, but something about it seems off. And then I'm like, oh wait, Metagross, Mega Altaria, Infernape, Nihilego, Quagsire, like,
P2.
P2, like I'm just gonna lose. Like,
Yeah.
this is a disgusting draft. Like so many, all these Pokemon have so many tools to kill you in so many different ways. Like Metagross, Altaria, Infernape, and Nihilego can kill you like 7 ways to freaking Sunday.
Not
And
to
it's like,
mention, like, you know, a Lovely Kiss Jinx, right? You
Yeah.
up against, well, okay, maybe spoilers for your match, but like Freeze Dry, threatening Freeze Dry against Pelipper, and someone just gets slapped.
haha. You think Jinx gets freeze dry? That's so funny.
Does it not?
No,
It might get T-Bolt, though.
no, it doesn't.
It gets dry skin. It gets dry skin. That's
Oh.
about it.
That's-
Dude,
Yikes.
Jinx has unfortunate Gen 1 Pokemon that Pokemon wants to forget exists syndrome.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Gen 1 syndrome.
It's the opposite of Nidoking.
Yeah,
Nidoking just gets
exactly.
everything and all the love. Jinx is like, you know what? There
And-
was
and
that
Jinx
one
has a
episode we
decent-
couldn't show in the U.S.
Yeah. Jinx has a decent like move pool as well, but it doesn't get freeze dry, which is just so dumb.
And like, I even like how Rob has a couple decent earthquake checks to help protect
Dude.
Nihilego and Fernape and Metagross.
I just opened up Jinx's Smogon page. It was 35 fucking defense.
Yeah, that's a Gen 1 Pokemon right there.
Rob did say that he might not keep Jinx. So he took. I have insight to almost Rob's whole team as I helped him draft it. And we were sitting in the basement, and Rob's one of favorite Pokemon used to be Jinx because back when we battled on Cartridge, he had 100% accuracy at Lovely Kiss. He never missed. Ever. Ever.
Did it
rude.
not used to be 100? Is it not one of those weird moves?
Oh no, it's like 70 or whatever the fuck it is.
Is
But
it always
if you're
just been
Robert,
75?
if you're Robert Stevenson, it's 100. Just warning you now for the people who play against him if he
I'm
decides to
scared.
actually bring Jinx. He's,
Wait, what the fuck? They gave this thing triple axle in Gen 8 and they didn't give it freeze dry with 50 base attack. They were like, yeah, this is fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the Game Freak design team for you.
That is, I hate that. I hate that a lot.
I will say that Rob kinda has an issue with ground types. Like it's really
but
just
then he
Decidueye.
has- Yeah, he has
He's got the
Decidueye.
levitators.
He got Electros taken from. Not that it matters. He ended up picking up shitty Zapdos. But you're right. Earthquake can be.
Yeah, seeing all of Nihilego, Infernape, Metagross weak to ground is definitely like definitely big.
It seems like he's
And,
probably
you
gonna
can't-
lean on.
You can only rely so much on Decidueye to like
Mhm.
offset that.
I think he's gonna
Cool.
lean on Quagsire P2 in as the defensive core in a lot of his games. Well, I mean they
Cool.
are his defensive core, but I kind of feel like they're gonna have trouble supporting the rest of the team.
I have just an insanely high opinion of Nihilego, so I'm terrified the fact that that's in my division.
Oh,
and
it
I have to
gets
fight
grass knot.
It gets
He's
yeah.
got a-
I mean, it gets yeah. This thing's it's ridiculous.
He's got a lot of doofy face mons with
dismantled me too.
Jinx, Quagsire, and Mega Altaria. They all got really doofy faces, and it kind of makes me giggle. Like, look at Quagsire and Mega Altaria. They're just
Yeah,
so
they are
happy.
kinda
They're
doofy.
waving at each other.
And then you have like
No, I'm
the
in the box.
edgelords. Then you got the edgelords in Decidueye and who's this
In
guy? This
Metagross?
dark cat.
Oh, Liepard.
Liepard, yeah.
Lipard's not an edge lord.
No, Liepard is an
It's
edgelord. Are you
purple.
kidding me?
He's purple.
It's
He
the
can't-
face.
Yeah, look at the expression and the points.
He's just lying to you. That's his whole
He's-
thing.
He's Lieparding to you.
Yeah.
I'll see myself out.
Where's how come that thing doesn't get parting shot?
I do like it as the Z captain. Like Z taunt is
Yep.
kind of sick
Oh hell
It
yeah.
because then you get
It
those
gets a lot of
+1
fuzzy
sucker
moves.
punches.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah, I
even
like
like Z Sunny Day, Z Sandstorm, and Z Rain Dance, right? Because doesn't it get all of them for some reason?
Yes. It doesn't get Sandstorm, I don't think.
Oh, it doesn't.
I know it gets Rain Dance and Sunny Day.
Speaking of Sandstorm, why is there not like a rock form for cast form?
There isn't?
Well,
I-
that's.
I
funny
think they
you
just
should mention
forgot.
that. Yeah, I think they did just forget.
Did I?
What?
Is Rob? I didn't know that. I think Rob has a sand setter in his.
Yes. The only cast form he's going to be able to turn into is.
Oh
Ranger,
no!
Because LCD dropped his.
the fire. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a 40-point Pokemon. If he doesn't bring it, cool.
I mean, I would never bring that thing. Anything.
I
but,
hope
no.
he brings it specifically against you and
Dude.
some.
I hope he wins. I hope it sweeps me.
It somehow has worse stats than Fion.
Is it fast? A, does it get Energy Ball?
Nope.
And B, is it faster than Mega Swampert?
No.
It gets Energy
Well,
Ball.
They speed tie outside of rain.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're
They're both base
transforming. We're
70.
not getting Swift Slim. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, this is not a good Pokemon. They needs help.
They dropped the ball with cast form.
They
Listen,
really highly.
We were
need-
too busy cooking up the dual Dragon Fairy Steel Core, Mega Altaria, and Metaverse.
Mhm. You could definitely tell that you had a hand in this team because of the Infernape Quagsire.
I did not pitch either of those Pokemon to Rob.
Really.
Fact.
I
Rob
find
was
that hard
going to.
believe.
I'm telling you right now, Rob was talking about fire types, and he goes Infernape, and Rob's fire grass water core was gonna be Zarude, Infernape, and Starmie or Jellicent. They all got taken.
All right. Well, in the interest of time, we're gonna drop this. So good team, Rob. Interested to see what you do with the newly moved up Mega Altaria and the move down Metagross, so they kind of balance out. It's
King
Manny's
of the
team.
Kill, Cashform.
All right. So Manny's team. Rascal does not dream of low punny girl senpai. That's way too much of a mouthful for me.
Do you know the anime it's from, though?
I assume instead of low punny, it's just bunny.
School does not dream of bunny girl senpai. Yep, that's it. I had to repeat the whole thing in my sense. Yep, that's it. It's an anime that both him and Mori.
Okay. Manny kind of has a problem with poison.
Yep.
Like it's Swampert
That's
and
why
Lyran.
Lairon exists.
That's true facts. He has a problem with poison. Although, Raichu,
No, Poison Jab is still like.
it's gonna go first and kill the poison type.
Well, sure, but what if it's a dark type? What if it's Drapion?
But it doesn't switch in. That's the thing.
It doesn't switch in. You're right. You're right. It
Like
doesn't have a lot of good
Swampert,
poison switches.
like Swampert can switch in, but then you're risking like a maybe 30% chance to get poisoned. And
I
Swampert does
think-
not like chip.
I think Manny's draft philosophy a lot of the time is just like, I want to use this. And then he drafts it, and then he's like, wait, why do I have both Oricorio and Moltres?
Why do I have both? Why did he take Coco Lele 1 and 2?
Well, that to me makes a little bit of sense. Because, yeah, like, it's a lot of points, but you reset the terrain every time each comes in. So, like, you're pretty much always going to have terrain. You're never going to have that one weird turn where you're, like, offsetting and you, like, accidentally lose it on the last turn.
Oh, like
And you're in this, like,
yeah,
weird spot.
where you switch in on the last turn of terrain and you don't reset it, but like the turn counter goes to
Yeah,
zero.
but
at the
it
end.
goes away, and then the next turn you're like, oh wait, now Psychic won't do as much, and now Tapu Koko is like a normal Pokemon. I mean, so you know, I like Zarude, I like the Tapus. Obviously, Alolan Raichu is complementary to Tapu Koko. Latias, definitely something. Lairon, I could give two shits about. I like his face, but
He looks real excited to be throwing out rocks and die into a
hey
fighting
guys, I
move.
got drafted. Look at me, big screen.
I do
I think
love
he-
how Manus took Moltres after the Moltres gate.
Dude, I was scheming on picking Moltres that round, and then he drafted it.
Well,
I don't
wait,
wanna
was
talk
that the
about
round?
That was round
he-
4.
Okay,
He picked
that
before
was
me.
the round. That was when Manus had 8 Mons taken from him in a round.
You know what? Fair is fair.
He lost. I remember in between rounds 2 and 3, he fucking had a crisis of faith. Oh, it was actually comical. He lost everything.
Dude, looking at, I mean, so I like this team. I think there's good synergy. I like Zarude's. I like Zarude Swampert. I think Lele is pretty busted.
I think he deals with the dark types that threaten out a Raichu and Latias pretty well.
Yeah.
However, it's really hard to deal with Pursuit. So
Yeah, Pursuit's definitely an issue, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like Pursuit's not a move that people run a lot.
I highly considered it when I see Latios or is that Latios or Latios? I never know.
That's with the A.
Okay, that Latios and a Raichu. I'm very much considering bringing a Pursuit Mon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think that I would be wary of bringing my dark type with the 2 fairies. but-
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He deals with dark types pretty well, especially when you have Zarude to take resisted hits, who is huge.
Yeah, and Zarude's a mon that's like always a knockoff switch. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter if you.
Yeah,
lose
I mean, even with
leftovers, 'cause you just have
105
jungle
speed,
healing.
it can suck to lose the Scarf, but he still eats them pretty healthily.
Yeah. I think this is a good team. I'm excited to see what kinds of weird strategies he pulls out with the double terrain, and hopefully we see Lairon.
see him
I would,
in one
I would love
match.
to see Laron just pop off. Honestly, I really would.
Yeah, well, other than Swampert, who's his hazard setter?
Laron.
Yeah. Oh, I like Kangaskhan a lot. Scrappy's sick.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that fake out, double edge, sucker punch. Kangaskhan's great.
So yeah, that's Manny. And to round it out, 20th pick, Jim.
Oh, I'm playing in this. Oh yeah.
Oh, you're the
yeah.
one who drafted the Sandrush dog.
Yeah, I do have regular Lycanroc because I was like, you know what?
You're
if
fighting
LCD's gonna
Zard.
counterpick me as much, I'm gonna at least take this and at least make my time versus Torn and Megazard Y a little bit easier.
And then he got rid of one.
And then he got rid of the Megazard, and I'm like, okay, well, now I might get rid of Lycanroc, but we'll see.
You have
But I'm keeping him for now because I'm not somebody who instinctively uses pickups before I even play.
All right, that's fair. You have kind of an odd team. Like, okay, you've got 3 water types, and you've got to support it, you know, Whimsicott and like Pincurchin Halucha. So you're kind of dipping your toes into multiple win cons as well as just having that pressure of weather or terrain. And then you got like a muck to back it up with the eating a pretty big fat special hit. Like it switches into a grass knot for Swampert all day, or a lightning bolt for Pelipper.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Amok wasn't a Pokemon that I was even looking at, and then it was like round 7 or 8, and I was like, wait,
Can't
Amok?
confirm.
Amok exists? Like
You
there's
lost
still a Pokemon?
Kecleon for Amok. How do you feel about that? You had locked in Kecleon that round, and you're like, no, I want Amok.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And then I was like, wait a minute, an Assault Vest user, like, I
He
guess Amok would be good.
He goes, wait a second, has anybody talked about Amok? I'm like, no. He goes, that. I want that.
Well, because I was torn between Amok and I was considering Bisharp. Bisharp was going to be a Pokemon that I thought would work really well, but then I saw Infernape, and I was like, well, and then
Maybe not so
Megazard, and then I was like, well, you know, Bisharp doesn't do great versus any of these 3 teams I'm in the division with, and then Magnezone as well for like, you know, Magnapole body press. So I ended up deferring, and so I spent my points on Amok instead. There is definitely a lot going on with my team.
I like that you also
really
have
excited.
Buffalont for Sap Sipper.
Yes, that was entirely my logic. I had no Pokemon that I wanted round 11 that wasn't Kecleon, and then I was like looking at all the 40s. Like I was driving up to like Six Flags, and I was like just like kind of like vaguely scrolling. I'm like, all these Pokemon suck. I don't want any of these. And I was like, wait, Buffalont gets Sap Sipper. Wait, Buffalont is 110 like 90. Like this Pokemon, or not 110, but it's like 90 or something like that. It's pretty damn bulky.
Were you with like somebody else was at an amusement park while they were drafting?
No, I wasn't with I was with my girlfriend, but I wasn't with anybody else. But yeah, Buffalont with the Sap Sipper as well as just generic coverage. I like them.
I also like that, you know, Whimsicott can just bring Swampert back to full. Because you can pretty easily just like U-turn with Pelipper and Suicide Whimsicott. Be like, hey, yeah, this is... Deal with this for the next like 6 turns.
Exactly. And it's funny because Whimsicott was a Pokemon that like as soon as I knew that I was going to try out a rain team, I knew I wanted Whimsicott because of Prankster, because of Hurricanes, and just because it's a grass switch-in and it's an electric switch-in.
What do Hurricanes have to do with this?
It gets Hurricane, and it's 100% accurate.
It also doesn't want to eat the hurt.
No, it doesn't want to eat a Hurricane, but like that's what Pincurchin's for. I don't do great versus flying. I'll be the first to admit that. But you know that's what Lycanroc does. That's why he's there.
I like that you've got the Dracovish counter and Arctovish.
That's the only reason that thing is on my team. That's
Oh
an
yeah,
abomination.
dude,
I was considering Lapras instead, but honestly, I mean, Fishious Rend in the rain is just too attractive.
Ooh yeah, slap a scarf on that boy. Unfortunately, it doesn't get Swift Swim. Dude, can you imagine if that thing got Swift Swim?
It'd be so busted.
Yeah, it'd probably be like 160 or 200. I would only say 160 just because the 55 speed makes it kind of tough to.
Yeah,
get over
I would
some
also
Scarfers.
think I would think maybe like 120 because like if Drake of Zolt, granted it doesn't get boosted by rain.
Oh yeah, Dracozolt moved down, didn't it? Why?
Dracozolt moved down to 120. But yeah, I mean, you know, I have the terrain with Hawlucha in the PCLL. I used Hawlucha Pincurchin just to snooze and autopilot games and win, and it worked. It was great. I didn't have to do shit. I literally just came in, I clicked Sword Stance one time, ate a hit, and then it was over.
Hawlucha's sick.
And then
until you run into an unaware mon like Clefable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't deal with Clefable necessarily, but good thing LCD doesn't have it. So, and I wanted to use Armaldo as well because Swift Swim, and also this thing is underutilized, I think.
Yeah, he gets rocks and spin and Swift
Yeah.
Swim, so he can do some stuff.
He gets knock. He's a decent.
He's
decent
fairly
Swift swimmer
physically bulky as well, right?
Yeah, he's got 100. It might be 125 attack and like.
Yeah, 125 attack, 100 defense. Okay.
Yeah, he's big. He's sneakily big. So that's that. That's my team. It's all
Well,
right.
that does it for all of our teams. Do we want to run through the commish picks very, very quickly?
Woo! Speed.
I am Speed.
All right. First up, Jim, it's your match against Dylan.
Oh, I win.
Jim is obviously picking himself.
I'm not self-deprecating. I say that every time.
I only have
You
myself
gotta-
and Mike on the screen, so I'm just gonna.
It's week 1. You know, you gotta
Yeah, of course. Always gonna pick yourself.
predict yourself.
That being said, you're fighting Dracovish in the rain.
Yes, but I got our Arcto boy.
Yeah, so we know who you're
I'm picking
bringing.
Dylan. Nothing against you, Jim, but Gardevoir is the greatest counter to your.
Oh, he doesn't even need to mega. That's right.
And does not even need to mega, and he will be faster.
So, I mean, I guess he kind of did some team building for Dylan there. I think Jim's gonna win. Jim's gonna figure something out.
I told Jim this as soon as I saw Dylan. So I was, you know,
I'm well aware of your opinions on Gardevoir and the Trace Swift Swim shenanigans.
bro, you made everybody think that I was the reason Gardevoir moved down. Everybody was like, okay, yeah, Mike's commissioner. Gardevoir moved down. I'm like, no.
No, it was actually the Hatterene Gardevoir debacle, and which one was better. And you were like, Gardevoir's way better, and all of us were like, no, like not even a little bit. But
Where I
yeah.
see we're reigniting some old flames. Next match, LCD Rob. I'm gonna pick LCD.
I'm picking Bobby. Bobby's back with a vengeance.
It's LC Dizzle.
All right. Next up, Tristan and Hunter. This will be fun. It'll be
Tristan.
real fun.
Still Tristan.
I think Tristan's gonna win.
I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah, I'm a numbers guy. Ooh, side note, there's only one person left in this whole league that has any points to use, and it's Dave. Everybody else drafted exactly 1,100 points.
See,
that's
that's how you
interesting.
know we're getting better at drafting.
Well, actually, normally I try to leave myself with 20 points just so I can upgrade like a 40 or a 100.
I would like just in case to have.
Yeah,
more
just in case for
options, that
trades
makes
later
sense.
on. But
Sure.
it doesn't always work out. But
Yeah.
anyway, next up, Leibo against Thomas. This was actually a tough match.
Let me see. Go see Thomas's team. I
think-
remember Leibo's team.
Oof.
Oh,
Leibo's got a
Jesus,
problem with
fuck.
Registeel.
Fuck. You know what? I'm going Thomas.
I think I'm going Thomas too. Sorry, Leibo.
I think that it's a mismatch as teams go.
I disagree. I'm going to go with Leibo. I think that if Thomas gives Leibo the opportunity to get an offensive guy score going, cough against Registeel because it does fucking nothing to it, could be a problem.
Yeah, that could be an issue. Next up, we got Kyle and Manny. Oh, this is
Kyle.
interesting.
Sorry, Manny, Kyle.
Well, look at Lele versus that team.
Yeah, but Kyle has 2 chips. Mister, I'm playing the numbers.
Hey, Lele has a chip. All right.
Dude, I actually don't know. There's a bunch of stuff they could do to each other. Like, I feel like Scarf Roserade might just like tear through Manny.
I think. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna take a Manny. I'm gonna take Manny.
I think I'm gonna take Kyle. I'm gonna take Kyle.
Lantern 60 points, right?
Yeah.
They say Lantern? Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to put the points in the doc.
What, did Manny overdraft somehow?
No, I just put Lantern and didn't take it off, or put the points next to it.
All right, next up, Nijia and M1. Man, M1's my boy, but this matchup looks horrendous on paper.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm going for
M1's matchup this whole season looks terrible. His team is slow as shit. I'm picking Nijia.
Damn. So
I'm sorry, his team is slow
cruel.
as
God.
dick. What's he gonna do about a Raichu going real fast?
Yeah, that's an issue. What's he gonna do about Mega Lopunny? We're gonna have to see.
Right. What's he gonna do? Right.
Next
Yeah,
up,
I hope that Nijia does Flare Boost on Drifloon.
next up, me against Dave. I am obviously picking myself.
I'm gonna pick you as well.
Hell yeah. I looked at this match and I was so thankful I had priority. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just know you coming out the gate, you're already in the builder. So like I just know that, so that's how I make my educated guess.
If you can get her on Mega Pidgeot, you can win this game. I'm still gonna pick Dave.
Yeah, make a pitch out's an issue. What did you say, Mike?
I'm still picking Dave.
Okay. Dave. Next. Bick against Murphy.
Well,
Huh.
Bick.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
It's the Cinderace Empoleon versus the fuck. Wait, why
Yo,
is that like tough?
Tornado King does a fucking shit ton of things to Bick's team, though.
Yeah, you already said Bick though, so it's on the dock.
That's true, but fucking if Murphy can not be a
Ooh.
dumbass.
I would love to see.
I have a
terrain work.
feeling
I'm
how
gonna
I
go
know
Murphy.
the game's already gonna go. Murphy's gonna like get Empoleon against Nidoking or something. He's like, dude, nothing wants this Earth Power, and then like his Earth Power does like 75 to Empoleon because it's got huge Special D, and then it dies to a skull, and he goes. I feel like that's gonna happen.
I feel like it's just a Shuckleberry scenario.
Yeah, or Shuckleberry. I think Bick's gonna win as well. But yeah, Bick is gonna have to solve Nidoking. Nidoking does some nasty stuff to this team. Next up, Mike and James.
I'm picking myself.
I'm picking James. I want to see this 800 club go off.
I'm so scared. I wouldn't be surprised if James wins, but I'm picking.
Yeah, let's go for Mike.
All right.
Actually, wait, you have Volcania. I'm going for James.
Oh.
Drop that thing, then we'll talk.
Listen, man, it's not my fault that you are uncomfortable around cock rings, okay?
Listen, I just don't like.
Next
I don't like the way
match.
it looks.
We got Jack against Sheedge. This is interesting. Who?
Well, Sheedge's team is disgusting, but I have such faith in Jack. So
Yeah, I'm having a hard time here because I have a lot of
Jack.
faith in Jack, but Sheedge's team is fucking scary, so I'm going Sheedge.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Jack though.
Did we pick against each other in every single one?
No, we both picked
No,
Kyle. We
Bick.
both picked Nijia. We both
Okay.
picked Bick.
Pick
We both
Kyle
picked
next
Tristan.
You
Okay,
ready
so
for the
six-
winner of
6
these
out of 10.
picks to be decided this week?
I'd be something. Well, anyway, that was a quick commish pick section. And that does it for the team breakdown. We spent
Wow.
just over 2 hours talking about teams because we're psychopaths.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
With that, we only have one more thing to address. Mike
Oh,
and Jim, feel free to answer. In season 15, week 1, could it possibly be the most important week of the season?
I think that putting possibly in there is a gross misuse of the word because, I mean, it's season 15, man. It's this time for Steel. All right, it has to be the most important week.
listen, it's the most important week purely because we already had somebody use all of their trades and pickups.
That is true. I think the
That's
only other
important.
time that happened is Bick did it when he tried to draft a terrain team and just did not like his matchup, so he just, gonna axe it all.
Why do I remember Manus dropping most of his team multiple times within like the first 3?
Yeah, I definitely remember him doing that.
You did that with the you
than
did that
once.
with the Stall team, the Stall Nation team.
Yeah, that's right.
Last season, he changed 8 out of his 11 Pokemon, if I remember right.
That's hilarious, by the way. More people should do that. More people should go into the season with the goal of having 11 completely different Mons.
To have a completely different team than what you started with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's
I mean-
sick. Well, with that, I believe we can call it a wrap. Thank you, guys, for joining me. And have a nice day, PFL. Goodbye.
Bye.